BT Sports, Nebraska's home for sports, is live from Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska for the 2011 NSAA Football Championships. Today in the Class C1 state championship game, it's the Norfolk Catholic Knights and the Platteview Trojans. Hi again, everybody. Alongside Adrian Fiala, I'm Kevin Kugler. A very busy day at Memorial Stadium begins this morning with the Class C1 state championship between Platteview and Norfolk Catholic. And Platteview looking for their second state championship, but it's been a while since the first.
Been a while, Kevin. 1983 Class B, they won that title. They're looking for their first Class C championship here today. Adam Keel, their head coach, bringing his 11-1 Trojans into this ball game, looking for that championship. They have a veteran offensive line. They run a lot of motion on their offense, and it's run by senior quarterback Joel Dalton. This guy accumulated 1,500 yards plus on the year, 25 touchdowns. He really does a great job at quarterback, and that veteran offensive line really makes his job a bit easier. You go over to defense. They have a great run defense, again, allowing just 89 yards per game. It's a defense that the Norfolk Catholic will find pretty formidable. So we'll see how it goes. And, again, Platteview looking for their first C1 championship.
Well, no doubt about that. I'm in a precarious position. I'm surrounded by linebackers, 8 on one side and former Husker linebacker Blake Lawrence on the other side. And Norfolk Catholic, the defending state champs, Blake, they've got to feel pretty good because they've got a returning starter at quarterback.
Yeah, Jordan Beller comes into his second state championship as a starting quarterback and is really looking to lead this team as the coach on the field. He's the coach's son. So he's amassed over 1,400 yards passing, 500 yards rushing this year, accounts for 15 total touchdowns. He's a clear-cut leader, and I look to see how he's going to do today leading this team 12-0 on the year. He's done a great job so far.
Well, there's no question about that. This Norfolk Catholic team trying to repeat in their third straight state championship appearance. They're 1-1 in their previous 2. Also with us down on the sidelines is Larry Putney. Larry?
Well, thanks, Kevin, and that's really one of the difficulties for Norfolk Catholic. It's complacency. Yes, they've been here before. They're the experienced team, but Jeff Beller really has to guard against complacency because he's facing a team on the other sideline that hasn't been in a state championship since most of these kids were born. 1983, the last time they were here. So Jeff Beller says there will be a lot of excitement on that far sideline. They need to duplicate that, avoid complacency for Norfolk Catholic.
Well, and this is a matchup of two teams that will defend, that will run the ball, although you'll see Norfolk Catholic put the ball in the air. Jordan Beller, 162 pass attempts this year. As Blake mentioned a moment ago, 1,400 plus yards passing. He'll also get the ball on the ground. A team that has really been injury plagued all season long. When they got to week 8 of the season, they were down 6 starters in the middle of the season. And talking with Jeff Beller, he said that really helped us build some depth. He said it was hard to get through, but by the time we got to the end of it, it's really benefited our squad.
It does make you stronger, Kevin. There's no doubt about it. If you can get through that sort of difficult time and come out, relatively well at the end, it is going to make you tougher in the process. And you take a look at their defense. 8 of their 12 games, they've pitched this situation. They've allowed just 1 touchdown in 8 of their 12 games. Incredible defense right there. So you combine the defense and the healing process and just that good fortune that they've had, it really presents a good picture for them.
Platteview, you look at what Norfolk Catholic does to challenge them. Platteview plays that 4-4 front. They'll have a 4-man front with 4 linebackers. I know that makes you happy, Blake, to have extra linebackers out there on the field. And they'll try to stop that Norfolk Catholic potent attack with that extra linebacker out there.
Yeah, they'll have 8 guys in the box at all times with 1 safety deep. And that's a really good situation for a high school defense to run and really force Norfolk into maybe some passing situations. But like we said earlier, Jordan Beller could be a passer that could take advantage of a cover 3 or cover 1 defense used by Platteview. So it's going to be interesting to see how that 4-4 helps Platteview stop the run and put some challenge on Jordan Beller.
On that Platteview defense, they say, all right, Aid, you said good defense for Norfolk Catholic. We pitched 4 shutouts on the year ourselves. A Platteview squad and a Norfolk Catholic squad that are about ready to lock up here for a Class C1 state championship. Let's send it to our public address announcer, Doc Weininger, for our player introductions.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Nebraska School Activities Association, its member schools, and U.S. Bank, welcome to Memorial Stadium for the Class C1 state championship game. Today's game features the Norfolk Catholic Knights versus the Trojans of Platteview High School. And now, let's meet the players and coaches competing in today's game. First, the starting lineup for the Norfolk Catholic Knights. Number 2, Jordan Malachek. Number 3, Drew Farley. Number 4, Luke Lyons. Number 7, Brandon Becker. Number 8, Luke Smith. Number 9, Tanner Besmer. Number 11, Connor Ketter. Number 15, Jordan Beller. Number 16, Nicholas Arlt. Number 27, Kyle Schaefer. Number 36, Jackson Love. Number 40, Riley Knake. Number 45, Jacob Schulte. Number 47, Logan Burrows. Number 50, Garrett McCarthy. Number 51, Colton Jones. Number 52, Scott Vollmer. Number 54, Cody Raymaker. Number 55, Michael Obermiller. Number 58, Mitchell Hofer. Number 74, Robert Gerard. Number 87, Nathan Funk. Head coach for the Knights is Jeff Beller. And now please welcome the rest of the Norfolk Catholic Knights to the field.
Norfolk Catholic and Platteview met in the second round of last year's playoffs, and it was Norfolk Catholic who came out on top 35-10, but Platteview used a lot of that as motivation in the offseason to try to get better. And talking with head coach Adam Keel, he said these seniors made a decision in the 8th grade that they wanted to get to this point, and they've been working all the time in the offseason to get to this point. But running into a team like Jeff Beller's Norfolk Catholic Knights is not an easy task to try to knock off a team that's won a state championship and played in one the year before. Back to Doc Weininger to introduce you to the Platteview Trojans.
And now the starting lineup for the Platteview Trojans. Number 2, Brian Carlson. Number 4, Eric Carlson. Number 5, Dylan Wills. Number 10, Matthew Gilbert. Number 13, Peyton Flukie. Number 19, Joe Dalton. Number 21, Scott Stockline. Number 31, Sheridan Mason. Number 34, Jeremy Shipley. Number 54, Andy Nelson. Number 56, Nate McGill. Number 58, Mitch Penny. Number 61, Hunter Hand. Number 62, Cody Slaughter. Number 64, Dan Eads. Number 65, Josh Yoko. Number 66, Nick Smith. Number 68, Greg Finney. Number 73, Hunter Reeves. Number 77, Ben Scanlon. Number 80, Justin Floyd. Number 84, Caleb Dappin. Head coach for Platteview is Adam Keel. And now please welcome the rest of the Platteview Trojans to the field.
Platteview at 11-1 on the season. As Abe mentioned, they last won a championship in Class B in 1983. Adam Keel's in his 7th year as the head man at Platteview. It's his 3rd state championship game as a head coach. He coached in 2 as the head coach at St. Albert in Iowa, and he won 1 title there. So he's got experience. His team does not. How'd they get here? Well, let's take a look at the map and we'll show you the route to Lincoln. For Norfolk Catholic, they know the road very well. Their 3rd straight state championship game, and for Platteview, an easy trip just a shade to the west to make it here to Lincoln, Nebraska and Memorial Stadium. The road for Norfolk Catholic wins over Pierce and a dominant win over Minden to get him to this championship. Platteview shutting out Columbus Lakeview and then nipping Wahoo 21-10. Time for our national anthem, and to introduce you to our singers, we go back to Doc Weininger.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. This time we would ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we honor our flag and our country with the singing of our national anthem. Singing the anthem today will be the Hastings High School Mixed Octet, directed by Mr. Tim Kennedy.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Almost as nice as Adrian and Blake singing before we came on the air today. We'll return for the kickoff of the Class C1 state championship game right after this on NET Sports.
Time Warner Cable is dedicated to the future of our nation's children. That's why we've launched our Connect a Million Minds initiative. We're asking adults to help us inspire kids through science, technology, engineering, and math. And we're achieving this through local partnerships with FIRST. Across the country, Time Warner Cable employees are helping bring FIRST robotics competitions to the areas we serve. The future of our nation and our children depends on math, science, and technology. Visit connectamillionminds.com to find out what you can do.
U.S. Bank believes in being a community partner through support of the arts, through education, through sports, both high school and college, and benefiting the community at large. U.S. Bank, committed to the communities we serve. Member FDIC.
Along with Adrian Fiala, I'm Kevin Kugler. Don't miss the next Big Red Wrap-Up this coming Wednesday.
And Kevin, we'll recap the Michigan game with former Husker I-back Damon Benning, plus Husker Illustrated's Mike Babcock.
It's Big Red Wrap-Up this coming Wednesday right here on NET, Nebraska's home for sports.
Don't miss our live Nebraska Sports Collectors Edition on Tuesday, December 6th, right after Big Red Wrap-Up. It'll be a full hour with special guests like Johnny Rogers and other Husker, Mav, and Blue Jay guests. Plus, you'll have a chance to support NET and get your holiday gift shopping done all at the same time. That's Tuesday, December 6th at 8 Central.
In 1862, the Homestead Act opened the Great Plains to settlers from around the world.
These folks knew that they were on the cutting edge of the American experience, and they grabbed a challenge.
Hear their stories. Homesteading.
Monday night at 9 Central Time on NET1.
Alongside Adrian Fiala, Blake Lawrence, Larry Putney, I'm Kevin Kugler at Memorial Stadium for the Class C1 State Championship. 35 degrees, cloudy skies, the fog lifting. And the wind out of the north-northwest at 7 miles an hour. Our officials today for the C1 State Championship: Dan Flynn, Brian Arvin Sr., Glenn Robbins, John Sinowicki, Daryl Moore, and Rick Stromer. All taking care of this one to make sure everybody plays by the rules this afternoon in this Class C1 State Football Championship. Platteview won the toss. They elect to defer, so Norfolk is going to get the football first. And Norfolk Catholic sends Luke Lyons back deep. He had 251 all-purpose yards in the semis. And we are underway in the C1 State Championship, and it's taken by the up man at the 15-yard line. Going to the 20 is Nick Arlt, to the 30, and Arlt across the 40-yard line. A nice return for Nick Arlt, the junior, and the leading rusher on the team this year. Let's take a look at the starters for Norfolk Catholic on the offensive side of the football. Jordan Beller, Jordan Malachek, Jacob Schulte, Riley Kanake, Luke Lyons, and Connor Ketter, the backs and receivers. Along the offensive line, Garrett McCarthy, Cody Raymakers, Michael Obermiller, Robert Gerard, and Scott Fulmer from left to right along that offensive line. Empty backfield to start for Norfolk Catholic. And on first down, they set the screen for Lyons, and Lyons tripped up near the 48-yard line. A pickup of 7 as we look at the defense for the Platteview Trojans. 11-1, allowing just under 12 points per game. Andy Nelson, Nick Smith, Ben Scanlon, and Sheridan Mason along the defensive line. Justin Cloyd, Hunter Hand, Josh Yoakum, Eric Carlson, Dylan Wills, Peyton Fluke, and Matthew Gilbert. 2nd and 3 from the 48. Running room up the middle for Jordan Malachek, and Malachek with a good gain. And a first down near the 38-yard line of Platteview.
Doesn't happen without the blocking. The blocking up front, excellent that time. The lead blocker, Jacob Schulte, simply buried his defending man, the opponent, number 45. Hard to see it right there, but he just took his man right to the turf and allowed the ball carrier just to sneak up inside, pick up that first down.
We're thrilled to have Jordan Malachek back. He was hurt in the 4th week of the season. Just came back last week. And on first down, this is Jacob Schulte who gets the carry. And Schulte, not much to move on that right side, just a yard, as we chatted earlier with Jeff Beller, and he told us a little more about his son, the quarterback, Jordan Beller.
Our starting quarterback is a junior, and he started as a sophomore, Jordan Beller. He's played well for us this year. I think he's a little stronger runner than probably he was a year ago, and we've thrown the ball pretty effectively this year also. We've been able to move the ball with running and throwing, and I think that's a strength for him, that he can throw on the run, and we have a lot of good receivers to get the ball to, so he's played well for us.
And a timeout as a stop and play has been signaled by the sideline. And a timeout's going to be taken here by Norfolk Catholic. So they use their first timeout just a minute and a half into the ball game, as Jeff Beller wants to chat with his offense. No score in this first quarter. The Class C1 State Championship game in cloudy, gloomy Lincoln, Nebraska today. NET is your ticket to exciting sports action right in your living room. Help us deliver inspiring sports programming by joining the NET Sports Partners Club. Your contribution helps to ensure that your favorite sports programs continue for years to come, and you'll receive some great thank you gifts with NET's appreciation for your support. Log on to netnebraska.org/sportspartners and become a member today.
Encourage everybody to do that. We have a great time with it, and also a lot of extra special events being part of the Sports Partners Club. A little insight beyond what you normally might get. So, wonderful group. Come join us.
Says the president of the Sports Partners Club, Adrian Fiala. Mr. President.
Always trying to support it, do it up.
On 2nd and 9, Jordan Beller on the option keep, and he almost kept his balance down to the 30-yard line. Blake, we've seen a couple of times already Norfolk Catholic able to break through a couple of Platteview tackle attempts.
Yeah, Matthew Gilbert came up to make a big hit on the play, and Beller just kind of slips off and keeps spinning, almost stays on his feet and keeps that run going.
3rd down and 2, first 3rd down of the game, as Norfolk Catholic on 3rd and 2, the give over the right side to Jackson Love, and Jackson Love's got the first down across the 29-yard line of Platteview.
Going to be tough to run against that particular defense. 8-man front that time, 8 people up in the box, as we like to call it, stacked up in there pretty tight. Let's see what they're going to do here. They're going to call for a, or are they?
Our referee Dan Flynn Looks like he's going to bring the chains in. Boy, initial movement, it looked like he had it by plenty.
But we'll see right here that spot. This is one of those inchers by about 6 inches.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. So Norfolk Catholic able to keep the drive alive. A bevy of backs to choose from. Love had over 300 yards this year. Kyle Schaefer 266 yards, but 6 touchdowns. Arlt 799 yards. Malachek 390. Even Beller with over 500 yards. Just a ton of choices if you want to move the ball on the ground if you're Norfolk Catholic. Motion coming now across the line from Lyons, who takes it on the left side and well defended by Platteview. Not fooled by the motion, banged out of bounds by Eric Carlson.
Like they had that play scouted out pretty well.
Yeah, they've got 2 safeties back, which is interesting. They're playing a lot of different types of defenses to try to stop Norfolk's attack on offense. We're going to multiple looks early in the game. But Platteview did a good job defending that sweep there.
Andrew Henry, number 40, coming up, stringing the play out, ultimately knocking the ball carrier out of bounds. Good work by Henry.
Motion across the line from Bessemer. And the give up the middle to Malachek with a huge hole. Malachek inside the 10 and ridden down near the 4-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for Norfolk Catholic. Jordan Malachek with a huge gain up the gut.
Watch the left side of the line right here. Tremendous work up front. Cleared that left side. McCarthy and Raymakers, Obermiller up front doing just a terrific job of making that play go.
1st down and goal. The ball at the 5-yard line. Opening drive for Norfolk Catholic, and what a start for the defending champs. On 1st down, Malachek again. Malachek cannot get to the end zone. Good job by Matt Gilbert, who came up and made the stop with some help from Peyton Flukie.
Peyton Flukie's playing pretty well right now. That's the 2nd time we've seen Matthew Gilbert come up in the run fit. Safety's playing well early in the game.
He may have elected to go to the right instead of the left there. The hole looked like it opened up right behind Cody Raymakers again. Good work by the youngster. Senior at 6 foot, 175 pounds, playing that left guard spot.
2nd down and goal. And the give, right side, Jackson Love, and he's not going to get in, down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard gain. Ben Scanlon in the middle of that defensive line, clogging it up for Platteview.
And also Kevin Justin Cloyd, number 80 right there. Great job working off the block. He was really blocked pretty solidly on the play, but worked off of that quick enough, kept the offensive lineman off of his body, stepped in, made the hit.
Huge 3rd down here for Norfolk Catholic. 3rd and goal from the 2. Play action. Beller in trouble, and Beller's going to be sacked by Hunter Hand. 4th sack of the year for Hand, none bigger for Platteview.
Hunter Hand came straight up the middle there and put pressure right in the quarterback's face. Didn't fall for the play action here. Straight up, unblocked. Does a great job wrapping him up, throwing him down, and saying, not on this 3rd down, not today.
Now, one advantage Norfolk Catholic has that we've not spent much time on is they've got a great kicker in Drew Farley, who comes on for a field goal try here, his 16th attempt of the year. He'll have surgery this week with an ACL injury. Not playing anywhere else on the field, but he is kicking. This one 29 yards. Farley's kicked plenty of distance, plenty of height, and it's plenty good. He now has 94 points scored on the year, and Drew Farley, the senior kicker, gives Norfolk Catholic the 3-0 lead.
Fundamentally perfect, very good snap on the play. A lot of times at the high school level, you'll see problematic snaps, but that was an excellent snap, a great hold. And, 2 of the 3, you need all 3 to work. They made all 3 of the components of the kick work on that play, and they jump out to a 3-0 lead.
7:27 remaining in the first. A lot to go here in this C1 state championship, but let's look back at last year's C1 title showdown. The Knights scored first with a 39-yard run by Corey Schaefer. Pierce fumbled the ensuing kickoff and set up another Norfolk Catholic touchdown by way of halfback pass from Riley Kinake to Eric Becker. The Blue Jays got on the board to get back within 14, but any hopes of a comeback were dashed when Norfolk Catholic defensive lineman Scott Benson returned a tipped pass 50 yards for a touchdown. After being state runners-up in 2009,
The Norfolk Catholic Knights were crowned 2010 Class C1 state champs with a 28-13 victory.
Well, Jeff Beller hoping a similar bath is coming his way on a chilly day in Lincoln. He's got the early lead, 3-0, but Platteview get their first crack on offense here as Dylan Wills back deep along with Brian Carlson for Platteview. And a squib line drive kick bobbled by the upman Sheridan Mason, trying to find a little room, and Mason down near the 30-yard line where the Platteview Trojans will start with their first possession on offense.
See, Kevin, if they can parlay that field position into a score as Norfolk Catholic did. Norfolk Catholic started out at the 40, then took 11 plays and a little over 4 minutes to put that field goal up. See now if Platteview can, well, pretty decent field position, not great, but decent, right at the 30.
Their starting quarterback Joe Dalton, the third leading rusher on the squad this year, 721 yards passing, 803 yards rushing. And Dalton on the give, sweeping around to the left side is Sheridan Mason, and not much running room, just a 2-yard pickup over the left side. Let's take a look at the Platteview Trojans on offense. Joe Dalton, Sheridan Mason, Brian Carlson, Dylan Wills, Matthew Gilbert, and Justin Cloyd, your backs and receivers on the offensive line. Andy Nelson, Hunter Hand, Nate McGill, Josh Yoakum, and Nick Smith, the offensive line from left to right for the Platteview Trojans. Look at Joe Dalton, the starting quarterback. 5'11" and 185-pound senior quarterback. Fakes the give on the sweep. Dalton on the keep, and Dalton 2 yards shy, 3 yards shy of a first down. They'll mark him at the 37-yard line. Norfolk Catholic on defense. Along that defensive line, Mitch Hofer, Scott Vollmer, Michael Obermiller, Connor Ketter. Along that defensive line, Luke Smith, Kyle Schaefer, Jacob Schulte, Nate Funk, Luke Lyons, Brandon Becker, Jordan Beller, all in that defensive backfield. You'll see a lot of Tanner Bessemer back there as well at that corner spot. He's out there at corner now for Norfolk Catholic. Motion coming across, and the give over the left side, looking for the first down, Sheridan Mason, and he's not going to get it. Stacked up a yard shy of that first down. Good surge up front by Norfolk Catholic.
Yeah, the defensive look by Norfolk Catholic, they're not giving up much up the middle right now. And typically Platteview goes for the sweep look around the end, but up the middle, Norfolk Catholic stepping up pretty big on third down. Looks like they're forcing a punt here.
It's a big, experienced defensive line. Obermiller and Vollmer in the middle eight both started last year for this championship team.
Exactly, Kevin. An offensive line or a defensive line that's veteran and experience, and here comes the punt.
To punt it away is Dylan Wills. Wobbly punt taken at the 35-yard line by Eric Carlson, and he doesn't get much. Good kick coverage by Norfolk Catholic, or by Platteview rather. Now Norfolk Catholic with their second offensive possession. Big Red Wrap-Up won't be seen at its regular time tonight due to the NSAA Football Championships. Instead, the wrap-up can be seen tomorrow night with special guests Damon Benning and Mike Babcock, along with Sean Callahan. Plus, we'll look ahead to Friday's game with Iowa, the Huskers' new Thanksgiving holiday Big Ten opponent. Join us for Big Red Wrap-Up tomorrow night at 7 Central right here on NET1 and NET HD. A lot to talk about after that game at the Big House. A big flop for Nebraska. From the 36-yard line, first down. Beller to the air, and he overshoots the intended receiver Riley Kanake, who was open, but he just flat out missed him on the left side. Coverage by Matt Gilbert.
It's a pretty good route on the rollout pass to try to run a comeback on the outside. Beller, normally a pretty accurate quarterback, overthrows him there, but had an open receiver on the sideline.
Gilbert, a good look at the senior corner for this Platteview squad. We've already seen him coming up in run support today. Second down and 10, 3-0 Norfolk Catholic. And the fullback with very little room to run. Nicely played by Sheridan Mason, and nowhere to go for Jacob Schulte.
43 tackles on the year for Sheridan Mason right there. Excellent running back, and also Sheridan Mason playing a very good defensive end. Not able to block him anyway. Big strong kid, 5'11", 190, very compact player. Senior there at Plainview. Or Platteview, beg your pardon.
Platteview looking for that stop here on third down and 9 from the 37-yard line. Motion out of the backfield by Nick Arlt. Beller in trouble again, hit as he throws. Arlt with the catch, but a big stick on the sideline laid by Justin Cloyd, and Hunter Hand again providing the heat on Jordan Beller.
Yeah, Hunter Hand forces a quick pass, and Justin Cloyd comes with a big hit on the sidelines. No gain on the play. Pretty good coverage on defense so far for Platteview on the pass game, and they're getting a good rush on the pass plays from Hunter Hand.
Strongest part of Plattview's defense is their pass defense. Showed it right there. Good pressure and good coverage.
Jordan Beller on to punt it away for Norfolk Catholic after the 3 and out. Fielded at the 34-yard line and looking for a little room. Not much there for Brian Carlson. At the 36 is where Platteview will start their second offensive possession. Log on to Facebook.com/NET Sports and become a fan. Leave questions, comments, and see what's happening behind the scenes, plus see what's coming up next on NET Sports. It's fast, fun, and easier than ever to be part of Nebraska's only statewide sports network on Facebook.com/NET Sports. See what this Platteview offense can do. Second time on the field here, trailing 3-0 in this first quarter. Motion coming across, and the give is to Carlson. He got a block. Carlson into the clear at the 40. Carlson caught from behind inside the 30-yard line. Luke Lyons may have saved a touchdown by catching up to Brian Carlson, who had a huge gain over the right side down to the 28 of Norfolk Catholic.
This sweep look by Platteview is something that's been working all year. Brian Carlson has 1,100 yards on the ground this year. Picks up a huge gain there, tackled by Luke Lyons, but he got far down the field before he got caught up too.
We talked a moment ago about Sheridan Mason, his running ability, his tackling ability. That play showed his blocking ability. He sprung Carlson for that long game. There's a fumble.
Dalton coughs it up, the ball kicked toward the sidelines, and it'll go out of bounds. There's a flag on the play as well. So unless that had been recovered by Norfolk Catholic, it was going to come back because the flag thrown almost immediately in that offensive backfield. And it'll be a hold against Platteview. So after the 37-yard run by Brian Carlson, now a holding call, but almost disaster for Platteview as Dalton coughed it up.
Again, Platteview trying to capitalize on pretty good field position. They began their drive at the 36, and then that long run by Carlson put him down into Norfolk territory, but ball's got to come back now. Spot just short, just an inch short of the 40.
So it'll be 1st and 22 back at the 40-yard line for Platteview. Nothing Norfolk Catholic with the early lead. Shifting to from one side to the other, and Adam Keel is going to call timeout from that Platteview sideline. He wants to talk with his offense here. A long way to go after that holding penalty. So it's 1st and 22 with 3:58 remaining in the first quarter. This Sunday on NET1, Nebraska Stories features a scrapbooking Husker fan who's compiled 700 pounds of football memorabilia. Watch a story about a famous David City artist and take a trip with the Cornhusker Marching Band. Find these Nebraska stories and more this Sunday afternoon at 5:30 Central on NET1 and NET HD. Plus, watch segments and more by visiting the Nebraska Stories website or Facebook page. Let's check in downstairs with Larry. Larry?
Thanks, Kevin. You mentioned off the top Adam Keel, head coach of Platteview, has been in a couple of state championship games before. At St. Albert and Council Bluffs, he won one, finished second one year. He has a couple of rooting interests, though, today. He's a 92 grad of Omaha Burke, so he's got a couple of teams he's pulling for today.
Well, luckily, he doesn't have to be conflicted at all because he won't be playing Omaha Burke. That could be a bigger problem, though.
He can just come here and watch.
That's right.
Enjoy it.
Burke Southeast tonight in the Class A game here on NET. Should be great. On 1st and 22, and a flag flies. Motion, and Platteview, after the long run, going the wrong direction here.
Dead ball foul. False start. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Dan Flynn with the word on the false start. They'll move it back to the 45, and it's now 1st and 27. Blake, how's the playbook look for a 1st and 27 call? Got a lot of those plays in that offensive playbook?
Yeah, Coach Beller for Norfolk Catholic better be yelling out to his players, watch the screen, watch the deep pass, watch the draw. This is something that Platteview could use to get 27 yards. Long ways to go, Kevin.
Dalton on the roll. Throws on the run. Nice catch at the 35-yard line by Justin Floyd and down to the 32-yard line. Good throw from Joe Dalton. We chatted with Coach Keel about his senior QB.
Joe Dalton, I tell you what, he's done a fantastic job this year. He's been our leader. He's done what we've asked him to do. He's run the ball when we needed to run it, and he's thrown the ball when he's needed to throw it. He's been a great leader all year.
13-yard gain on that throw from Dalton to Cloyd, and Cloyd's 18th catch of the year.
Good throw and a good route by Cloyd. Cloyd coming across the middle, working his way in the far flat. Well-run route.
2nd down and a give over the right side to Sheridan Mason, and Mason getting a little bit more of that yardage back down to the 25-yard line. And now at least you put yourself, if you're Platteview, into a 3rd and manageable now, 3rd down and 7.
Indeed, they are, Kevin. And, you know, Connor Ketter, number 11, man, he had a chance to make a great play, Blake, in the backfield, but just couldn't hang on to Sherman that time. There he is.
3rd down and 7, 3-0 Norfolk Catholic. Platteview trying to get on the board here. Dalton on 3rd down. Pressure coming. Dalton in trouble, and he's sacked. Jake Schulte got to him first, and then a host of his teammates met him at the quarterback all the way back at the 33.
Jake Schulte gets in the backfield pretty quick, and he had a whole team of Knights behind him, so he gets Joe Dalton down on 3rd down there and forces a long situation here. Are they punting or are they kicking here?
Gotta believe you're going to punt this one away.
Yeah, you would think.
Although on comes Peyton Fluke, the place kicker, and he is going to try about a 51-yard field goal. His long of the year is 43. Got to at least get it to that end zone to send it to the 20-yard line. Fluke trying to show off his leg at Memorial Stadium, and the kick is good. A 51-yard field goal for Peyton Fluke in the state championship game. What a kick.
Yeah, at this level, you don't expect that kind of thing to happen, but man alive, Fluke put a charge into his foot and then into the ball. Again, good snap, good hold, and watch this. Right down the middle and just over the crossbar. Terrific work. Great hold right there. A lot of people, Blake, just forget about those two elements, the snap and the hold. You've got to have excellent work right there for that kick to be successful.
Yeah, that's everything. You know, Fluke was really excited there to run off the field, and I think his snapper and holder should be just as excited, getting it out, getting it down, and getting it 51 yards right over the crossbar. Great kick. A lot of energy coming from that team after that field goal.
Let's check in once more with Larry Putney. Larry?
Coach Keel turned and looked to his assistant coaches, and they said, Coach, that's a 50-yarder. And he turned and looked at Fluke, and he just nodded his head. And they said field goal, and he headed out.
Officially a 50-yarder, but that ball was spotted past the 40-yard line. If you want to call it an official, I'd call it 50.5 at the minimum. I mean, give him the 51. I mean, that was close. But what a kick in the state championship game by Peyton Fluke, who's got to have about 9 gallons of adrenaline running through his body right now as he kicks off to the deep man, Luke Lyons. Lyons trying to find room on the sidelines and upended across the 30-yard line. The tackle made out there by Dylan Wills.
Longest field goal in Class C1 is 57. Drew Farley, Norfolk Catholic, last year. So Farley, he did a pretty good job right there, too, Kevin. The longest of all the classes is 59 yards. Chris McClanthan, Millard South in 1999.
We've seen a couple of nice kicks today. Farley's much shorter, but that one from Fluke, a 51-yarder.
Great. It's great.
Motion across by Malachek. Beller to throw. Finds Malachek in the flat, and Malachek, a tackle made by Matt Gilbert as he tried to turn it upfield near the 38-yard line to pick up a 5.
pretty clear for Norfolk Catholic. Their goal early in the game is to get the ball to Jordan Malachek, back from an injury suffered early in the season. Good catch in the flats, good way to get 5 yards. And Norfolk Catholic's passing game is coming alive pretty early.
They're going to need that balance. That's what they do. They have been balanced most of the year, averaging 370 total yards per game, as they give it up the middle this time to Malachek, and he should have the first down.
Yeah, his forward progress appears to have the first down. Time is out. Referees will check it. Well, no indication yet.
There it is. The first down has been signaled. And so for Jeff Beller and company, an additional set of downs, trying to move closer to that end zone and defend that state championship from a year ago.
One thing for the mind of the Platteview Trojans on that last drive, that field goal drive, they started with pretty decent field position, able to capitalize on that field position. The time prior, they were not able to do that. But they did this time, made it work, and tied up the ball game.
Malachek the carry over the right side, slipped one tackle and got near the 48-yard line. Jordan Malachek back into that starting lineup after an early season injury last week, and he is carrying the bulk of the load here early for Norfolk Catholic as the Knights look at Malachek now. 5 carries for 45 yards already, Abe.
Yeah, that's workhorse material right there, a 9-yard average. He just needs to hold up physically. He'll have himself a pretty good game.
Second down, big hole on the right side, and a first down. The carry by Kyle Schaefer. Blake, when you're a defender, looking at all the options Norfolk Catholic has, that makes it awfully tough.
It really does. They've been able to spread out, pass it, get an option game going up the middle. And so this Platteview defense has a lot of different things they have to stop today. But, you know, Josh Yoakum makes a good play there down the field, but Plattview's probably looking to stop these guys a little sooner, not let Norfolk get down the field so far.
Well, this is going to be the end of the first quarter as Norfolk Catholic has decided to just let that clock run out in the first quarter of the C1 state championship. We ended our day yesterday on NET with 2 terrific games, and we're picking up with a great one to start in the C1 state championship. Through one quarter, Norfolk Catholic and Platteview tied at 3.
We'd like to say we have the good life in our state. And for more than 40 years, Nebraska Public Power District has kept the good life running smoothly for Nebraskans. We are driven to go above and beyond with a spirit to provide reliable, affordable electricity with outstanding customer service each and every day. Because in the end, we want to make the good life better for all. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us.
So I was talking to my mom the other day, and she said that there's no way we can afford college.
Here, check educationquest.org. See? They have information about grants, scholarships, and other ways to pay for college. You can even go to their office, and they'll show you what to do.
Education Quest Foundation offers services to help students plan and pay for college. To learn more, visit educationquest.org.
Education Quest helped us get to college.
And they can help you too.
NET Sports coverage of the 2011 NSAA Football Championships are brought to you in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, applauding the dedication, teamwork, and sportsmanship of Nebraska's high school athletes. By the Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. And by Time Warner Cable, inspiring young people to build the skills they need in science, technology, engineering, and math to become the problem solvers of tomorrow. Second quarter about to begin in the Class C1 state championship game. I'm Kevin Kugler alongside Adrian Fiala, Blake Lawrence, Larry Putney down on the field through one quarter, even at 3.
Run by the stats right after this play.
On first down, quick pass thrown out left side to Kanake, and Kanake close to the sticks for another Norfolk Catholic first down.
In the first quarter, Norfolk Catholic 60 yards on the ground, 11 through the air, 3 for 4, 71 total yards. And for Platteview, 44 yards on the ground, 12 yards through the air, 1 for 1 in that category, 56 yards. So obviously a pretty even game and a pretty even score, 3-3.
Going to bring in the chains to measure to make sure that Kanake was able to get to that first down marker. And did he get there? If he did, it's awfully close. It is indeed just shy of a first down. So you're talking about perhaps one link on that chain away from a first down.
Kanake at 6'4", 180 could have just stuck his hand out a little further, but he got that link. That's a big receiver out there.
That is a big kid. Back up a year ago. This year's had a breakthrough year in his junior year. 23 catches coming in for 307 yards and 4 touchdowns. There's Jeff Beller. Liking what he sees so far. He's seen good balance. His team's been able to move the football. Platteview came up with a big stop in the red zone on their first possession. Good play fake. Going deep. Looking for the end zone, and it's just outside the arms of Riley Kanake, who was open, and Beller just missed it.
Looking for a deep downfield pass there on 3rd and short, thinking if we throw it down here, we might be able to get this running, but just too far for Kanake there.
I don't know if you noticed, but Matthew Gilbert on defense right there kind of got turned the wrong way initially, turned to the inside, then he had to go back to the outside. If you're going to make a mistake, then just follow through and go as hard as you can. Maybe he catches up the receiver, but the receiver had 2, 3 steps on him on the route, just the ball overthrown as you saw.
Nice tackle there by Justin Cloyd. We've called his name a few times today on both sides of the ball, but especially on defense, where he's been able to get into that offensive backfield more than once in this first half.
Cloyd, 66 tackles coming into the ball game. Also very good receiver. We've talked about him on the receiving end, playing well on defense.
First down after that gain of a couple, as the give is to Jordan Malachek, and another big tackle on the outside. Looking for running room, none there. Guess why? Justin Cloyd again.
Justin Cloyd and Josh Yoakum come up and kind of just say, let's pick this guy up, chuck him back about 3 yards. That's a great play on defense.
Blake, that reminds me of you a little bit. Right in the chest, lift him up, push him back. No yards after contact. Terrific work by Cloyd. 5'10", just 180 pounds. It does kind of remind me of you. Except you're what, 6'3"?
Old skinny LB out there, AD.
Yeah, you're 6'3", though. A little bit different right there.
Beller on the keep, and Beller gets planted to the turf. Another good play. This time Josh Yoakum said, I don't need your help, Justin. I'll handle it myself. And the leading tackler for the Trojans this year makes a big stop on Jordan Beller.
Indeed, a big stop creates this 3rd down, 3rd and long. Watch the flow to the football right here. 1, 2, 3, 4 people around the football. That's great pursuit by Platteview.
So 3rd down and 8. Can the Trojan defense come up with another stop here? Norfolk Catholic trying to keep this drive going. Play action. Beller chased. Beller on the run, and Beller's going to be short of the first down at the 25-yard line. Tackle in there from Andy Nelson along with Josh Yoakum.
You talk about defense, you have to talk about pursuit and movement to the ball. Here's pursuit. Missed right there, but here comes the movement to the ball. Look at that. 2 players, a 3rd player coming in from behind. And there's the hit by Andy Nelson, as Kevin told you a moment ago. So terrific pursuit by that Trojan defense.
42-yard field goal attempt here for Drew Farley. We've seen some great kicking already today. Here's another long attempt for Farley, who's 9 of 16 on the year. His long 51 this year, as Abe mentioned earlier, hit a 57-yarder a year ago. Plenty of height on the kick from Farley, but the kick is wide right and no good. So Plattview's defense keeps Norfolk Catholic off the scoreboard and keeps it a 3-3 ball game.
Farley's got that torn ACL. He's having surgery on his knee this week. Interesting to see the kicker has to walk on and walk off the field and try to get his team ahead with the field goal. Pushed it a little right there. But he's been a consistent player for this team for a while, and I think they're hoping the surgery goes well this week.
Well, this is a guy who, without that ACL, is not only kicking but playing a much bigger role on both sides of the ball as he did last year. But not so much this year. They still are happy to have his leg available to him from a kicking standpoint. From the 20-yard line, and a little misdirection as Sheridan Mason takes it up the middle to the 23-yard line. 9 minutes to go in the first half, and it's 2nd and 7 Platteview.
Platteview trying to spread that defense out a little bit with their own spread type offense, and then coming back to the backside with the great fake. But again, Norfolk Catholic having none of that. Seeking out the football, doing a great job. Just a short gain on the play. 2nd and 7.
Motion across from Wills. He gets the carry. Boy, is Norfolk Catholic ready for that. Blake, that's just film study right there. That's knowing what a team does and being prepared to stop it. Cody Raymaker's out there. Luke Smith out there. That play had no chance.
Cody Raymakers has over 100 tackles on the year, and he's not fooled by this sweep action. I think you saw the linebacker flow over top and come in and make a play in the backfield. But that's a great job of Norfolk understanding Plattview's going to go to this sweep look time and time again. Into the second quarter, Norfolk already has their number.
You could see on that replay, as you talked about, like the linebackers flowing immediately. They were able to diagnose the play immediately and make the hit and no gain on the play.
3rd down and 10. Dalton in some trouble. Throwing on the run. Nice catch made by Brian Carlson, but he's tackled just shy of the 25-yard line by Tanner Bessemer, and Plattview's going to have to punt it away.
Norfolk Catholic on the hot pursuit right here, coming after the quarterback, Dalton, and Dalton did a good job just to get it away. And not only that, a completion right there to Brian Carlson, just short of that first down. Well, about 5 yards short of that first down.
Joe Dalton's parents are thankful that he is left-handed. Otherwise, that would have been a tough throw to get out to the flat, and he would have been on the sideline.
A little bit of a rugby-style punt. Bouncing in midfield, takes a nice Platteview roll, and Norfolk Catholic, though, still going to have good field position near their 43-yard line in a 3-3 game with 6:53 remaining in the first half. It's time now for NSAA Championship Trivia. Be the first person to email the correct answer to sports@netnebraska.org, and you'll win a Big Red Wrap-Up t-shirt, size extra large, and the new Wrap-Up logo mug. Our trivia question is, what former Husker holds the overall NSAA playoff record for most field goals in a game? The first correct email to sports@netnebraska.org will win the Big Red Wrap-Up t-shirt and logo mug. And remember, only one winner per household during the 2011 championships. One hint, that former Husker is not one of the 2 former Huskers in the booth with me today.
I tell you what, I used to have a pair of square-toed shoes.
Did you?
And I only had those because those are the only ones I could find to play and use.
Were you wearing those with your little Dutch boy outfit? I mean, what was the purpose of those?
Yeah, I tell you what, any way to be included in the social atmosphere with all the young ladies, Dutch boy outfit and square-toed shoes, I'll take it.
Oh, my goodness. I'm not even going to mention Blake Lawrence, who's Natalie attired in his own right today in the red shirt and the white tie. You're representing the Big Red.
Yeah, well, I figured I couldn't go wrong with red and white in today's game. Look at the jerseys on the field. So I'm going for the winning team today.
1st down and 10 from the 43. Beller, nice throw on the run to Luke Lyons into Platteview territory down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. Lyons making the catch. He has 25 catches on the year.
You watch Beller right here. Relatively wide open, soft coverage on the play. They find that soft spot. And about 3-4 yards of cushion there between he and the defender.
From the 45 on 1st down, Malachek. And Malachek tackled in the secondary by Peyton Fluke after an 8-yard gain. And this Norfolk Catholic offense is starting to wear a little bit on this Platteview defense early in this one.
And they're doing it because of blocks like the number 74, Robert Girard, had on the trap play. He stepped around from his right guard spot, led the play to the left inside the hole, and then just took on the defensive end and put him into the nickel seat. So great job, Robert Girard.
2nd and 2 from the 37. Malachek stumbling forward, and with second effort has the 1st down. The tackle by Sheridan Mason, but Malachek showing some pretty good balance there, Blake, able to keep his footing and get that 1st.
Yeah, Platteview did a great job of stuffing the hole there. Malachek knew he only had to get a couple yards to get the 1st down, leapt over, tumble for about 3 yards in the first down.
He heard your recommendation earlier, leaning forward to get that first down. Now, he's not 6'4" like his teammate Riley Kinake, but he was still able to get that first.
Yeah, Malachek's a pretty big guy, 6'2", 180 running back. I wouldn't want to tackle him.
9 carries, 60 yards for Malachek. A fake on a sweep and nowhere to go. Waiting for Jordan Beller was a guy who's been living in the backfield in this first half. Hunter Hand. What a half he's had for Platteview.
Well, he's got the name for it. He hunted that one out very, very quickly, very nicely, and got the tackle for a loss. One of the top tacklers on the ball club this year, 99 tackles coming into the game. He's got 2 or 3 or 4 here in this ball game. So Hunter Hand doing the work there, 6'2", 215.
2nd and 14 from the 38 after the sack. Malachek trying to find some room to run. Not much there, and a good job by Ben Scanlon. 5'10", 275 pounds. He got in the dance out there on the edge with Jordan Malachek, and he wouldn't yield any ground.
Yeah, Ben Scanlon's been doing some agility drills this summer, saying, guys, watch this. I can cover running backs. Look at him get out here. Pretty good job using his feet, get out and say, Malachek, sit down, man. Look at this dance I'm doing with you.
All 275 pounds of him. There he is.
Getting some congratulations from his teammates for a job well done.
Big smile on the face.
3rd and 14. Beller on the roll. Nobody open. Great coverage downfield, and Beller just threw it away. Jordan Beller had nowhere to go. You talk about a defense blanketing receivers. Platteview certainly did on 3rd down.
One thing that has really impressed me about Plattview's defense is how they pursue to the football. And Blake, let's talk about that a little bit. If you've got guys continually around the passer or the ball carrier, it just presents kind of a mental problem for the opponent most of the time.
Yeah, I think Norfolk Catholic might be a little surprised of how much pressure Plattview's putting on the quarterback. Jordan Beller doing a good job throwing out of bounds there, but Hunter Hand, once again, right in his face. Give him no room to throw.
Beller to punt it away. Back deep is Dylan Wills. And a good punt from Beller. Takes a bit of a Platteview roll, but not much as Logan Burrows downs it near the 11-yard line. Let's check back in downstairs. Larry Putney. Larry?
Hey, thanks very much, Kevin. I'm here with Ken Cloyd. You know, the last time Platteview won a state championship was back in 1983. You were on that team, and now your son Justin is playing for the 2nd state title of Platteview. That must feel good for you.
It's very exciting. I mean, it was a great time for us. I remember that when we played, and yeah, it's just great to see him be able to come out here with his teammates and play.
What do you remember about that game? I know you went out to Grand Island.
Yeah, it was a tough one. We only won 6-0. It was a total team effort, and that's kind of what I see with these kids. They're a tight-knit group, and they're playing really well today.
Justin's played very well so far. Thanks, Ken.
Well, the lineage from father to son represented well today in our state championship games. We'll see a similar story tonight in the Burke game as Joe Dalton looking for running room on the edge, and that misdirection gets Dalton a little bit of running room, and he takes it to the 18, a pickup of 7.
Luke Lyons just had to hold on there. Joe Dalton had a pretty good full steam ahead running game going right there, and Luke Lyons grabs him and gets him down, but not until he gets about 7 yards.
You know, both of these teams run the football very well. Coming in, each of them, well, Norfolk Catholic over 247 a game, and Platteview at 360 a game. But they're both teams stacking up front. Usually you're seeing 8 people up front. Here in this alignment, backers a little bit deeper than they were in the previous play, but here comes the action.
Not much room up the middle near the 20-yard line. Trying to find some room to run, but it'll leave Platteview about a yard short of a first down.
Usually when you have that kind of situation as an offense, you want to try to loosen it up by throwing the football. You have that many people up front in the box. Usually the outside seams are pretty well open, and you want to take advantage of that. The problem is each of these quarterbacks, well, ability to throw it, I don't know if they have the great ability to throw it, pick it like you need to.
We're at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska, alongside Adrian Fiala, Blake Lawrence, Larry Putney. I'm Kevin Kugler. And a whistle stopping play and a timeout taken by Platteview, their second charged timeout in this first half. 2:51 remaining.
In anticipation, like that's the first time they've run that bunch play here in the ball game, and I think Norfolk Catholic, when they call timeout, talk it over with their coach.
Yeah, with 3rd and 1, that's interesting to go to the shotgun approach, but we'll see what happens
with that bunch alignment.
Well, coming up at halftime, just 2 minutes and 51 seconds away, we'll chat with Jim Angeli of the NSAA, give you some looks at the softball championships, find out how that went this year, plus the first half highlights and stats, all coming up at the half. Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, it'll be rocking here tonight. Exciting day today with state championships all day long. Of course, C2 to follow, then the A game tonight, and then, of course, on Friday, probably a little excitement in this building as well when Nebraska takes on Iowa in the first meeting in that soon-to-be rivalry. 3rd down and a yard, and movement up front on 3rd and 1. It was just going to be a quarterback sneak from Joe Dalton, and this is going to turn from a 3rd and 1 to a 3rd and 6.
Dead ball. False start. Offense, 5-yard foul. Repeat, 3rd down.
Well, that's a big, big penalty in this spot for Platteview.
Huge penalty that will obviously bring the punt into play here rather than going for it.
So now 3rd and 6 from the 15-yard line. 4 receivers into the pattern now for Platteview. Dalton. And it's batted away at the last minute. Here comes a flag. Tanner Bessemer was on the coverage, reaching around Brian Carlson, and the flag is thrown.
Tanner Bessemer just got in there a little bit too early on this pass play. Back-to-back penalties in this game. These are penalties in the state championship game, are things you talk about for a long time. And this is going to be something that's going to be debated because it was pretty good timing on the coverage. But they're just a little bit too early. Maybe a hand on the back, Adrian. What do you think?
I'm taking a look here again. I think it was fairly clean in my eye, but that referee's got a much better viewpoint than we do. And so while the punt apparently was going to be in play, if that's unsuccessful, now it's successful because of the penalty and new life for Platteview.
Motion across from Carlson. He's back to get it. Carlson looking for a block. Carlson has a hole to the 40, and Carlson caught from behind at the 45-yard line. Connor Ketter with the tackle, but a good gain for Brian Carlson over the left side.
Carlson here left to right on the motion, comes back. Hunter Hand, 61 in the background there. He had the kick out block that sprung Carlson upfield for another 1st down right at the 45.
Carlson on the sweep, and no gain on the play. Carlson caught up by Cody Raymakers from behind, and Carlson's 3rd carry of the day goes nowhere.
Carlson's kind of like lightning in a bottle. He's only had 3 carries on the day so far, but that's his first time he's been stopped without getting a 1st down.
51 yards rushing so far for Carlson. Dalton. And a catch by Wills on the sideline, and Dylan Wills ducking out of bounds with 1:56 remaining in the first half near midfield.
Something we haven't talked about, Blake, and you were quarterback in high school, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys ever talk, since you were right-handed or lefty?
I was a righty.
Righty, okay. Now, we've always heard about left-handed passers creating a bit of a problem for a receiver. Do you think that's valid or not?
You know, the ball spins the other way.
Yep.
And my older brother's a left-handed quarterback, and our receivers would complain that it was harder to catch his balls than mine, so that's why I got the nod over.
Okay.
Dalton on 3rd down. Nice catch by Wills, trying to turn the corner and get upfield. This is going to depend on the spot where they mark him if he got the 1st down. Had he immediately leaned forward, it would have been a no-brainer. As it is, I think he's still got it, and he does, but it's a lot closer than it needed to be.
Yeah, the linesman over there at the far end marked it right inside the 45. They needed to get it to the 45, and this is good, tenacious defense here, but just a little bit too late to stop the 1st down.
Platteview on the move in a 3-3 game. Dalton under pressure. Catch is made. And positive yardage, Sheridan Mason How about Dalton with that deep drop and got enough on the ball to get out of trouble?
Yeah, Dalton was running pretty quick away from Cody Raymakers. He's got 9 sacks on the year. Cody Raymakers putting pressure on his face, but Dalton does just enough to get it out and pick up about 5 yards on a 20-yard throw.
5 straight completions for Joe Dalton, who's got the hot hand right now with 1:26 remaining in this first half. A 3-3 ball game. Platteview trying to put some points on the board before halftime. Short pass completion to Wills. First down and more. Wills to the 20, and he stepped out of bounds. Wills stepped out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So Wills is going to get 16 and a first down on a play that could have been much more.
Indeed, it could have. Watch Brian Carlson, number 2. He's going to be out there in the flat along with the receiver as Wills is headed upfield, but then just steps out right there. But again, Carlson making a good block. Just kind of a chip block, but just giving Wills enough time to get by. But again, he stepped out of bounds right about the 25.
First down and 10, 1:17 left first half. Plattview's best drive of the day, but derailed here perhaps by a motion penalty.
Looked like everybody heading for the Ferris wheel that time. My goodness, the whole left side of the line took off.
Offense. 5 yards to the previous spot. Repeat. First down.
One click ahead of the snap, and everybody on the right side kind of stayed there.
You know, Plattview's offense, they do a lot of different things with motion, with formations. Sometimes that can put a pressure on what's going on in this play. Is it snapping on the first count, the second motion? And some confusion there at the early jump.
Dalton 6 of 6 for 47 yards this afternoon. First and 15 with Carlson in motion. Dalton, another completion. Inside the 25 goes Dylan Wills, and he's got a bevy of sure-handed receivers, and they're not looking for the giant play, guys. They're just able to nickel and dime their way down the field and keep Norfolk Catholic's defense out.
Well, this drive started at the 11-yard line. 4:13 left on the clock. They've methodically moved it down the field. 1:10 right here. They're just trying to, again, chip away. Great job by that time by Wills to get out of bounds, stop the clock, give them a chance to recoup offensively, and just continue to move very methodically and burn as much time as they can to keep that ball out of Norfolk Catholic's hands.
Carlson in motion, gets the carry. Carlson trying to find running room, caught from behind by Scott Vollmer near the 21-yard line. Nice job in pursuit by the nose tackle, Scott Vollmer.
Yeah, Scott Vollmer has 88 tackles on the year from the defensive tackle spot. That's a good performing defensive tackle. I think coach is pretty happy with that. Big crack block on the play by Platteview, but didn't get enough on the edge to spring Carlson around the end.
You see Carlson went out a little shaken up for Platteview. That would be a huge loss. Plattview's leading rusher on the sidelines right now. 3rd and 7. Dalton trying to convert. Another pass to Wills. First down and out of bounds. Platteview with a 1st and goal coming up inside the 10.
It looks like Norfolk is in a man situation with Riley Nachi trying to come over the top and keep coverage on Wills, but he can't catch up. This is a great call by Plattview's offense to get him on the edge. And Wills has been the go-to guy in this drive, clearly trying to get the hands of number 5.
And smart play, get out of bounds, stop the clock, 26 seconds left. As you see up top there, and no panic by Platteview, just time to run the 2-3 plays here.
5 catches, 45 yards so far today for Wills. Motion across by Wills on 1st and goal from the 9. Dalton. And the pass batted down at the line, almost intercepted by Connor Ketter, and the first incompletion of the morning by Joe Dalton.
Connor Ketter is a tough guy to throw over. 6'5", 220. The defensive end gets his hands up, does a great job here of saying, not getting over this tower, not today. And you know, that's the first time Joe Dalton's really been challenged to make a completion.
You know, Blake, it's something you really love to see. If you cannot get there, to get to the quarterback and get your hands up. I don't see enough of that at the collegiate level. I used to see it all the time. Don't see enough of that at the collegiate level at all. So Ketter, great job, great instinct to go up and knock that ball down.
Ryan Carlson back into the game in motion. Dalton looking to throw, dumps it short, and out of bounds goes Eric Carlson. A minimal gain on the play of just a couple down to the 7-yard line. 18 seconds to go in the half, and it's 3rd and goal.
Adrian, what do you expect here? You think just continue that passing game?
I think so. I think perhaps see something wide side here. Passing play, try to get some, throw 2 in the end zone, I would think, like right now, and hopefully obviously complete 1 of the 2.
Yeah, Joe Dalton, the left-handed quarterback's going to probably have to throw to the far side, throw his right here.
You'd think so. You'd think so. He's got 2 receivers to the left. Here comes motion to the left.
And a little end around play for Wills. Wills breaking 2 tackles, fumbles the football, and it goes out of bounds. Oh my goodness, a little bit of trickery as they go with the double reverse. Goes back to Wills, who's trying to make a play, fumbles the football, and now it's 4th down and goal from the 14.
See it right there. I'm not sure about all of that, but that's the play. You deal with it, you live with it. And of course, they're going to live with a loss in the play, and looks like they'll kick it.
I want to give a lot of credit to Tanner Bessemer. He's the guy who knocked the ball out of the hands of Dylan Wills. So now field goal attempt here for Peyton Flukie, who hit a 51-yarder in the first, going the other direction. And a timeout's going to be taken by Norfolk Catholic with 11 seconds remaining in the half to discuss what they want to do in this field goal situation. We have seen a lot of offense between the 20s in this first half of the C1 state championship, but defense is really stiffening in that red zone today.
Yeah, absolutely, and that, you know, there's not a lot of real estate down there to deal with, especially when you're inside the 10-yard line. So defenses are kind of bunched up, and so any kind of trickery play, you know, you may make a mistake when you're bunched up down there, but even though you make that mistake, you still might be able to make the play because there's just not enough room to maneuver down there for your offense. But that's why that play surprised me. And I think I'd rather take 2 chances into the end zone than try to do the trickery and get a running play into the end zone.
All right, field goal opportunity here. Try to take a lead going into the locker room for Platteview. Peyton Flukie, a 31-yard try. And the kick by Flukie, plenty of height, and the kick is no good. He missed it to the right. A flag is down, though, at the 20-yard line. And they ran into the kicker. And so he's going to get a second opportunity to try this field goal.
Platteview saying thank you very much.
Battle of the kickers today.
Yeah.
Adrian, what do you think?
Yeah, exactly. Dan Flynn, the referee.
Running the kicker on the defense. It's a 5-yard foul. Repeat, 4th down.
Oh, what a break for Platteview. A chance to try it again. Let's see here. Running into the kicker. Boy, if he ran into him, he ran into him with the wind. Not much running into by Cody Raymaker.
He got a nudge on the heel. Nudge on the heel.
And not happy is the head coach of Norfolk Catholic, Jeff Beller rather, who's taking another timeout to discuss with his team and perhaps with the officials that he didn't like that call, but doing it in a more subtle and veteran way. We'd love to hear from you. Send us an email and let us know what you think about our coverage of the NSAA high school football and volleyball championships. If you value your statewide NET television, let us know, and also let our sponsors know by writing to sports@netnebraska.org. We thank you for watching the NSAA football championships on NET, NET HD, and online. And as you know, NET is Nebraska's home for sports. Gideon emails and says, just emailed to let you know that the quality of your network was excellent. I had the privilege to watch my home football team beat the opposing team. Thanks for providing the great coverage. Dan says, I'm off work this week due to shoulder surgery. Thank goodness for your coverage of the game. Sure helps these long days at home. Dan, get that shoulder better. 26-yard field goal try is good. So what a costly penalty against Norfolk Catholic on that 5-yard running into the kicker hole. Peyton Fluke gets a second chance, and that second chance gives Platteview a 6-3 lead at halftime. So a very interesting first half. Defense came to play on both sides today, but it's not one of those traditional grind them out 6-3 games. We've seen a lot of big plays, just haven't seen a lot in the way of points.
You bet. A lot of motion, big plays, considerable throwing, more throwing than I thought we would see, but it's been a fun game here, a tough game, a tough grinder at just 6-3. Let's go down to Larry Putney.
Well, Coach, what led you to believe Fluke could hit a 50-yarder?
Well, I tell you, the kid's got a pretty good leg, and you know, he's hit some of those in practice, and we have faith in him. He did a great job executing there.
You were behind field position first half. You were behind most of that first half. You must be thrilled to be up 6-3 going in.
Oh yeah, you know, Norfolk Catholic did a good job. You know, they've made some adjustments, and you know, we need to do a better job picking guys up and executing what we do.
What changes in the second half for you?
Not much. I mean, we're going to make a few adjustments. We might throw the ball, continue to throw the ball a little bit more. You know, maybe come back with a little bit of run. I would just kind of mix it up a little bit.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Coach.
So Coach Keel's going to throw it, going to run it, and going to take a lead into the locker room. 6-3 advantage. Platteview leading the defending champion Norfolk Catholic Knights.
Animal agriculture is vital to Nebraska. Livestock production not only contributes to our food supply, but also helps our rural communities. Livestock provides revenue for schools, creates jobs, supports Main Street, and enhances the future for farm families. The Nebraska Soybean Board's Animal Agriculture Initiative works to encourage growth of responsible livestock enterprises to benefit agriculture and Nebraska.
Every day here in Nebraska, you work hard to build a life for your family and take care of them. You do your part, and we're working hard to do ours. We're Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska. From Scottsbluff to Scribner, you can count on us to help protect your family and your future. Today and tomorrow, we're here where you are, and we work for you.
Hi, I'm Rick Steves, and it's Christmas time in Europe. From manger scenes to mistletoe, from Norway to Rome, we're celebrating all over the continent. In this holiday special, we're traveling back to the old country, to places of rich variety and deep roots. We'll discover a Christmas that's both familiar and different.
Coming Saturday, December 3rd to NET1 and NETHD.
NET Sports coverage of the 2011 NSAA Football Championships are brought to you in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska. One less thing to worry about. And by Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, grants, and college planning services. Halftime of the Class C1 State Championship at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln. The Platteview Trojans leading the defending state champion Norfolk Catholic Knights in a field goal battle, 6-3 here at the half. Happy to be joined by Jim Angeli, NSAA Assistant Director. Each halftime during these state championships, we like to shed a little light on some of the other sports that have happened during these fall months, and another great year for softball.
Yeah, it absolutely was. We were out at the Hastings Complex, Bill Smith Complex out there in Hastings, and we really had 3 wonderful days and perfect weather. You couldn't have asked for it to go any better.
That's always a benefit when you get that good weather for these softball championships, and the complex is terrific. Crowds were good, I assume, again.
Well, we were down just probably about a couple hundred people from where we were a year ago, but you know, as we've been at Hastings, our attendance has kind of stabilized, and it's a great facility and great venue for everybody to watch softball at.
Well, as we take a look at some of the highlights from the softball championships this year, it's the second year that pitchers have had to pitch from 43 feet. Are we noticing any big differences there?
I'd have to say we have. I know. I think it's a bigger advantage for the hitters because the first day alone, we had 17 home runs hit at the Hastings complex. And so I think being back 3 feet further has given the hitters the advantage of having that extra tenth of a second to really square up the pitch and drive the ball. That's the biggest thing we've noticed.
Well, and we have seen a lot of great play over the course of the years in the NSAA softball championships, and you see these highlights, you can see that great weather, shirt sleeves, everybody dressed for the comfortable conditions in Hastings, and we had some new champions this year. It's always nice to see repeats, but it's also nice to see some new folks get a chance to take some hardware home.
Absolutely. You know, Millard South was able to defeat Lincoln Southwest in the championship final in Class A, 6-2. They were a runner-up a year ago, and it's their first title again since 2005. So the Patriots were glad to have that one. Omaha Scott Catholic has been there many, many years. They won their first Class B state championship with a 5-3 win over Beatrice in the finals. And then we had a repeat matchup in the Class C championship, and Wahoo won that game over Ashland Greenwood by a score of 10-3 to win its second consecutive title.
There's so much work done now in the off season for these girls, just like there is in every sport. And as the work happens in the off season, I imagine that it reflects in the quality of play that you get every year in the championships.
That's absolutely true. These kids are working on their skills year round. Like I said, the biggest difference I think is the ability of the hitters. They are able to swing the bat so well. They work on that skill. Like I said, they do tee work, they do live pitching, they're doing that year round. The fielding, of course, is outstanding, and then the pitching is always such a big part of softball, and every year you've got a number of kids that are at the state softball championships that college coaches from all over the state and all over the Midwest are looking at.
Well, next year the softball championships were supposed to move to Bellevue, but like a lot of things, flooding caused some problems. Talk a little bit about the changes for softball.
Well, that's right. We have a contract with the city of Bellevue for the Osterman complex to host the 2012 state championships. And so what ended up happening is with the historic floods, the groundwater rose so high that some of the construction projects that were supposed to be done at the Osterman complex, we needed 2 press boxes built, but they weren't able to put in the footings. They still have to have that area dry out in order to build those 2- and 3-level press boxes. And so they're not able to do that, and they're not sure when exactly they can begin that construction. So the folks at Bellevue asked if we could go back to Hastings for a year and then have them come back at a later date to host the championships.
There are champions, as mentioned, Class A, Millard South, Omaha Scott Catholic winning in Class B, and Wahoo, the champion in Class C. So next year it's back in Hastings again. As far as the future goes, anybody's guess.
Well, we've got an agreement with Bellevue for next year, but it more than likely our board will approach Hastings. We'll talk with the folks in Hastings. I'm sure they're ready to take it. 2013, the contract is supposed to go back to Hastings, and then 14 is supposed to go to Bellevue. So we've got some work we've got to do. We've got some negotiatings we've got to do with the contracts, but we'll see where we're at. But it looks like we'll be at Hastings next year in 2012.
Jim Angeli, NSAA Assistant Director. Jim, always good to see you. Thanks.
It's good to see you too, Kevin.
Halftime in the Class C1 State Championship, Platteview with a 6-3 lead over Norfolk Catholic.
What inspired me to pursue a career in technology was the fact that I have kids. We need the internet. They wouldn't be able to do any of their research without it. It's really important for our children to think science and technology is important. I believe that all kids should look towards technology because that's where the world is going. Get involved in all of the science activities because all of that experience can lead you a long way.
To find out what you can do to inspire a young person, visit connectamillionminds.com.
We'd like to say we have the good life in our state. And for more than 40 years, Nebraska Public Power District has kept the good life running smoothly for Nebraskans. We are driven to go above and beyond with a spirit to provide reliable, affordable electricity with outstanding customer service each and every day. Because in the end, we want to make the good life better for all. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us.
America's export of soybeans helps the U.S. maintain a positive agricultural trade balance. Nebraska contributes half of its soybeans for export. The protein and oil content in soybeans enhance the growing demand for higher protein diets. The Nebraska Soybean Board promotes research to develop new soybean varieties with higher protein and oil content for major agricultural markets. The Nebraska Soybean Checkoff, growing opportunity from the ground up.
Hello, I'm Jeff Beckman, inviting you to join me in thanking the businesses and foundations who underwrite sports programming on NET. They help NET deliver over 200 hours of sports action each year to every home in Nebraska. Now, next time you see a friend who represents one of our underwriters, stop and tell them thank you for supporting sports action on NET.
From Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska, halftime of the Class C1 state championship as Platteview has a 6-3 lead over the Knights of Norfolk Catholic, last year's champions in C1. Always good to have you with us from Memorial Stadium alongside Blake Lawrence, Adrian Fiala, Larry Putney's down on the field. I'm Kevin Kugler. Good first half, gentlemen. A lot of defense, a little bit of offense, and some kicking. We got it all in this first half.
Kicking has been it as far as scoring goes today, but we talked about Platteview, a lot of motion. We've seen a lot of motion, a lot of good tough tackling also. Blake, a lot of great pursuit on defense, but kicking has really been the name of the game here in the first half.
Yeah, you don't get to the state championship without great defense, and both teams are letting them run up and down the field up until about the 10-yard line and forcing the field goals.
Saw great defense right there on the highlights. Platteview shutting down Norfolk Catholic and to settle for the field goal, and now again the smash by the defense there.
From the Platteview side, we saw great defense as nowhere to go for Beller, with Hand having a big first half. And then back to the kicking, Fluky, a 51-yarder to put Platteview on the board.
Great leg, great charge in the foot by Fluky. That's Carlson, I believe. Yeah, Brian Carlson going to the left, pretty much getting shut down. Sherman here on the reception. Great job by him to catch up to the football. Now here's that field goal. Again, Fluky making it a 6-3 football game.
And that was on a second opportunity. His first one from 31 yards on that was missed, but it was a running into the kicker penalty. Got a second chance and made the most of it. You see the numbers pretty even, as you might expect in a very even football game. No turnovers in this one. Both teams able to get the run game going a little bit. More passing effectiveness for Platteview in this game.
You bet. And turnovers obviously make the difference at times. Well, no turnovers in this game. All the rest of the stats pretty even on the day. So the score obviously pretty even too, 6-3.
Well, Blake, I know as a former linebacker and quarterback, where do your allegiances lie? Are you excited by the fact that there's been good defense as a linebacker, or as a former high school quarterback, are you saddened by the fact that the offenses haven't been able to get going?
You know, I'm impressed actually with the way Platteview is throwing the ball, and I think that's a big thing in the state championship game, to have a quarterback come out and show some confidence in their first state championship in a long time.
Especially a left-hander.
Yeah. He's doing what?
He's doing well.
9 for 10, and in the state championship game, it really shows that Platteview studied up and said, hey, I think they can take advantage of the pass against Norfolk, and showed that last drive there.
You bet.
Well, it's been a good first half. The C1 state champion will be crowned. 2 more quarters to play. The third quarter begins next on NET Sports.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
You know, many years ago, when I was about 8 years old, I got the opportunity to watch a box turtle behind my house lay her eggs. And watching that turtle go through all that effort, it just piqued my curiosity, and I wanted to learn more and read more. My entire job is science. I want children to get connected with science and utilize the technology and the engineering abilities, because each one of us has the ability to change the world.
To find out what you can do to inspire a young person, visit connectamillionminds.com.
Hey, college doesn't just happen. You have to push yourself as you go through high school. Don't be afraid to take classes like Algebra 2, Biology, or a foreign language. They can help raise your ACT score and prepare you for college. I wasn't the smartest kid in high school, but I took the tough classes and I passed. So what are you waiting for? Push yourself over to your counselor's office and sign up for them. They won't be easy, but you'll be glad you did.
NET Sports coverage of the 2011 NSAA Football Championships are brought to you in part by the Nebraska Public Power District, applauding the dedication, teamwork, and sportsmanship of Nebraska's high school athletes. By the Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. And by Time Warner Cable, inspiring young people to build the skills they need in science, technology, engineering, and math to become the problem solvers of tomorrow. Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska, alongside Adrian Fiala, Blake Lawrence, Larry Putney. I'm Kevin Kugler. Halftime of the C1 State Championship. Platteview with a 6-3 lead over Norfolk Catholic. Larry Putney is standing by down on the field with the head coach of the defending champs.
Bad break right there before half.
Yeah, we're disappointed. Obviously, everybody wants the calls to go their way. We didn't think we bumped him too hard, and we thought, actually we thought our defensive back played very good defense on the knockdown, and I don't know that we got a little part of his back, but those were big calls because they kept their drive alive, and so we ended up giving them, an extra 3 points. But they're a good football team. We didn't think about coming down and shutting them out. We'd hope, man, we got to get a little more going offensively.
What do you need to do differently offensively?
Well, we've had success running inside the tackle, so I think we need to continue to do that and then take our shots in the throwing game and hopefully hook up a little bit. We haven't been real disappointed with ourselves offensively. We thought we had our kicker in field goal range. Drew's a very good kicker, and he just pushed it a little bit. But we'll hang in there and try to do the things we've been doing. Hopefully get our running game going, which tends to open up your throwing game a little bit.
You've been happy with the level of enthusiasm from your kids?
Oh, yeah. I think our kids have played hard. We've been involved in this game, and so then you kind of say, oh, are you complacent? I don't think so, and I know they're very excited because they haven't been here for a long time, but yet it comes down to just playing, man. I think our kids have played hard. I think they're a very good football team, so we never thought anything was going to be easy.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, and it never is easy when you get to the state championship and you've got two good football teams. Malachek with 60 yards to lead Norfolk Catholic on the ground. Carlson with 53 yards to pace Platteview on the ground. Both quarterbacks have been solid. Beller 6 of 9, 31 yards. Joe Dalton 9 of 10 for 68 yards for Platteview. Leading receiver Dylan Wills, 5 catches, 45 yards for Platteview. We've seen a little bit of offense, a little bit of defense, and of course we've seen kicking. A good first half of the C1 State Championship.
And Kevin, Jeff Beller knows that his offense can do much better. They have just 3 points on the board here at halftime, but they've been scoring an average of 36 points a game, so he knows his offense can get out and go. But again, they're going against a great pursuing Trojan defense, so it's going to be tough to get those scores. But again, just 3 points. He knows they're better, and they'll try to get more points as they move through that second half.
Big Red Wrap-Up will not be seen at its regular time tonight due to the NSAA Football Championships. However, if you tune into NET, you'll still see 8 and 9. We'll be here with the championships. But instead, the wrap-up can be seen tomorrow night with special guests Damon Benning and Mike Babcock, along with Sean Callahan. Plus, we're going to look ahead to Friday's game with Iowa, the Huskers' new Thanksgiving holiday Big Ten opponent. Join us for Big Red Wrap-Up tomorrow night at 7 Central, right here on NET1 and NET HD. Get a historical perspective, a breakdown perspective. We'll do it all tomorrow night on Big Red Wrap-Up. And looking forward to looking ahead to that Iowa game on Friday. Yes, we'll wrap up the Michigan game, but we'll look ahead to that Iowa game on Friday. Now, if you'd like to get yourself a DVD copy of this or any of our state championships, it's very easy. Go online to netnebraska.org or call 800-868-1868. Only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. You'll have a keepsake that will last a lifetime. You want to remember what Blake Lawrence is wearing? You get a DVD and have it in your home forever. And then you can always go back and check out the red shirt and the white tie and the big smile.
Yeah,
Blake Lawrence.
I know a lot of those high school students down there are wondering what to wear to prom, and they should probably look straight up in the booth.
Good idea.
Blake Lawrence,
the only thing
fashion consultant.
Yeah, the only thing missing, Blake, is the corsage.
I thought Kugler was bringing me one today.
I know, I dropped the ball. I apologize.
He did, but it was one for your wrist, actually.
Well, ready to go as Norfolk Catholic is going to kick off. Platteview, who took the lead right as we got to halftime is going to start with the football in this second half. So a big advantage for Platteview to get that lead, and now back at it with the football.
Did a great job by Platteview to end that first half. They took the football at the 11-yard line, drove the length of the field, kicked that field goal to take the 6-3 lead, and erased all 4 minutes and 13 seconds that were left in the half when they took possession at the 11-yard line. So great job by them, and now they get the ball again to see if they can generate some more offense.
Ready to kick it off. Platteview Trojans waiting to receive. And coming up on the football, Dylan Wills at the 15. Wills at the 25, and Wills down just shy of the 30-yard line. So Joe Dalton and company coming back out. Adam Keel telling Larry Putney before the end of the first half that thought maybe in the second half we'd see a little more offense through the air, a little more on the ground, but he mentioned the air first, and he's got to be happy with Joe Dalton. 9 of 10 for 68 yards in that first half.
Take that any day of the week. 9 of 10 for any quarterback. He'll be smiling until the old cows come home. But now it's the second half, and now their turn to rev it up.
Wills in motion. Dalton going to keep it. Breaks one tackle, and Dalton hit hard at the 33-yard line. Boy, a big stick laid on him at the end of that play by Riley Kanake. And a couple more hits like that, and Joe Dalton will be the one with the ache.
Yeah, Dalton is going to get on the ground there pretty quick. Early in the second half, it showed he can do it with his feet too. First half showed his arm works, his legs work. This guy came to play today.
2nd and 6 from the 33-yard line. Carlson in motion. The give to Mason. Mason fumbles the football, and it's picked up by Norfolk Catholic. And it's going to be first down for the Knights inside the Platteview 20-yard line. The fumble recovery and the return for Norfolk Catholic by Nate Funk.
Great job right there by number 27 for Norfolk Catholic. That's Kyle Schaefer. Stuck his arm right in there to knock the football loose and give his team a great opportunity to put points up.
Now we already know they're in Drew Farley's field goal range. Now can the Knights convert a touchdown here? Just 53 seconds into this second half, and the first turnover of the day for either team has Norfolk Catholic set up in great shape. On first down, Malachek with some running room. Malachek plowing over tacklers down to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Norfolk Catholic has done a great job in the second half of games this year. They've been down before, and I think they're looking to come back and show early in the second half that they're a confident team. Malachek in the ball here, following the lead block by the fullback. Great job, and runs over the safety there. Norfolk coming out with some energy.
But we saw a great block also by Garrett McCarthy, the tackle on the left side. 230 pounds. Took his man totally out of the picture. Lead block, as you said, a great lead block, and 9-yard pickup.
Big hole up the middle for Jackson Love. Look at Love fighting for that goal line. Still fighting, and he's down inside the 3 near the 2-yard line. What a run by Jackson Love.
And what a surge by the offensive line again. Moving that Platteview defensive line out of the way. See it again here. Look at the blocking right there. Just a terrific hole. Love to come up through and then just try to bull his way in, kind of like Joel Makovica years ago for the Huskers.
First down and goal from the 2-yard line, and a flag.
Substitution infraction on the offense. It's 5-yard foul. Repeat, first down.
Oh, what a mistake by Norfolk Catholic there. You lose 5 yards in a territory that's been difficult to get yardage today.
Yeah, their first couple of attempts this half, though, have been faring them pretty well, getting down the field quickly after the turnover. See if they can get 7 more yards, be the first ones to get in the end zone in the state championship game.
Trailing by 3, trying to take the lead to defending state champions in Class C1, looking for their 8th state championship as a school. First and goal now from the 7. Toss play on the end around to Lyons, and a great tackle in the backfield by Josh Yoakum. What a terrific open field tackle by the senior.
And now you know why he is the leading tackler on this football field. And for his team, watch him here, 65, unscathed as far as blocking goes, scraping up into the inside. Terrific shoe-top tackle right there.
Second down and goal from the 12. Looking for the corner, and it's dropped right through the hands of Riley Knake. Good coverage by Matt Gilbert, who came up, may have knocked that ball out of the hands of Knake.
Knake had to adjust his body there. The ball was thrown to the outside, had to get twisted around. Difficult catch to make, but really good coverage on the play by Matthew Gilbert, who we saw early in the game was making some great plays in coverage and come up and run support and gets the ball to Knake's hand on that play.
And this Platteview team has shown a real stern look inside the 20-yard line today. They've been tough to move the ball on in the red zone. Empty out the backfield for Jordan Beller. Gonna throw. Looking for the end zone. It is caught. A touchdown. Jordan Malachek to Connor Ketter, and Norfolk Catholic takes the lead.
Ketter's caught 2 touchdown passes this season, make it 3 now, but his third one ever so large here in the state championship finals. A little trickery right here. Throw it out in the flat. Second pass, that was a lateral going back at the mid lateral, and then the second forward pass, the first forward pass here for the touchdown. Well done, and you pick your spots in terms of your trick plays, and that was a great spot to put that one.
On for the extra point, and Fluky bangs, or rather Farley bangs that one through, and it's a 10-6 lead for Norfolk Catholic. The Knights out in front by 4 with 9:08 remaining in the third quarter. NET News focuses on quality, in-depth reporting. Now you can turn to NET News for the daily signature story to hear what's important to Nebraskans. From state government to education to the arts and beyond. Each day you'll hear one topic from multiple angles. NET News' signature story. Weekdays on NET Radio and online at netnebraska.org/news. NET News. There's more to the story. So a 10-6 lead now for Norfolk Catholic after they take advantage of the Platteview turnover.
Like I always say, Kevin, it's one thing to get a turnover. It's even better when you get points off the turnover. That's what they did. They take the lead, and their defense is pretty stout, so we'll see how it goes. Here's we move along. 5 plays, 19 yards. Took 1 minute and 30 seconds for that score to come about.
Still a ton of time. 9:08 remaining in the third quarter of this C1 state championship. 5-play, 19-yard drive, 1 minute 30 off the clock, and the 12-yard touchdown catch by Connor Ketter. Platteview, good kickoff. Carlson from the 2. Trying to get to the outside. Carlson going to just stop shy of the 20-yard line, and Platteview will start their first down and 10. 9:01 remaining in the third.
Carlson's trying to get to the sideline there on the kickoff return. Looks like something was set up. With the ball kicked to the far side of the field, had a long ways to go. Didn't get much yards on the kickoff return. See how his legs work, as he's been the go-to guy early on in the first half.
So here's Joe Dalton from the 20-yard line. Up the middle for Sheridan Mason. And Mason with a pickup of a couple, maybe 3 to the 23-yard line.
They show that power set, that bunch formation to the right side. Then the motion to go with it. Right to left and back to the right side. Then just try to cross everybody up and run that fullback right up the middle.
Second down and 8 from the 22. With time, nobody open. Dalton throws, and it's incomplete. Trying to hit Justin Cloyd coming across from right to left, but that pass thrown a little short. Good coverage by Norfolk Catholic.
Platteview does a good job at getting some time to Dalton, so he has some time to read the defense, but great coverage by Norfolk's back end. Doesn't give him anywhere to throw.
Yeah, that picture showed you all the white shirts right in that territory. If he'd have gone up with the football, Blake, in a normal situation, that ball may have been picked off if it was tall, but he tried to keep it down low, avoid the interception.
3rd down and 8 from the 22. Platteview looking for a first. Norfolk Catholic trying to come up with a big stop, and the pass is going to be caught at the 28-yard line by Dylan Wills, who made a sliding grab. Now the officials are going to confer, and it will be a catch, but it's short of the first down by about 1.5 yards, and it's 4th down.
Platteview does a great job of picking up the blitz on the backside by Smith. Looks like he scooped it off the turf there.
I think, yeah, exactly. The referee in the ballgame, Dan Flynn, had just an unobstructed view of the play, and I think he settled the conversation when he walked over. So, be that as it may, it's going to be a punt. Platteview kick it away here.
Wills to punt it away. Pressure coming, and Wills gets a high, short kick. Didn't get a lot of carry on this one, and a difficult punt for Platteview. They're going to give Norfolk Catholic another short field on offense, and that's a dangerous game to play in the C1 State Championship. Still marking it, and it's marked at the 34-yard line. So Norfolk Catholic is going to get, after about a 5-yard punt, it may have been blocked, or at least partially blocked on its way out. Did it get a tip, or did it just slip off the side of the foot?
Now, part of the problem was just the way he lined up. When he stepped, he was stepping towards the right. And you just want to try to go straight as you can with that leg, but as he stepped over to the right, ball went to the right and very short.
On 1st down, up the middle, a run for Schulte, the fullback, and the tackle made by Andy Nelson.
Schulte doesn't get too many carries for this Norfolk offense, but every once in a while you see the fullback get the ball in the middle. Try to get the old senior a couple carries in the state championship game. He's been a great lead blocker so far.
Well, Coach Beller told Larry earlier that they thought they could get some running done in between the tackles in this second half. So far, we've seen them certainly try that several times. Now, quick pass out to the outside. Nice move by Riley Knake to slip through the first tackle and get down to the 23-yard line on a 1st down.
Put that ball up there where Knake could handle it very quickly. He didn't have to adjust anything, maybe a little bit up, but he didn't need to stop and or reach down or go sideways or do whatever. He's able to catch it and keep going. That allowed him to pick up that 1st down. And Norfolk on the move, looking for a touchdown here.
From the 23-yard line, Beller with some running room, and then planted at the 14-yard line by Peyton Fluke, but a nice run on 1st down from Jordan Beller, and that yardage is coming up the middle between the tackles for Norfolk Catholic in this 3rd quarter.
These last few plays for Jordan Beller really show why he's led this team back to the state championship game. First play, option. 2nd play, pass. And 3rd play, I'm taking it myself. Jordan Beller, clear leader of this Norfolk offense.
2nd down and a yard from the 14-yard line. Running play, Kyle Schaefer, 1st down inside the 10, down to the 8. It'll be 1st and goal, Norfolk Catholic.
Again, working over that left side of the line with McCarthy, Raymakers, Overmiller. Up there up front, making the blocks. That last play, the play previous, Jacob Schulte, a great block to allow Beller to move up inside. But right now, they're just like a machine, moving slowly, methodically, heading towards pay dirt.
Turnover and then the short punt. Platteview not helping themselves in this 3rd quarter. 2 short fields for Norfolk Catholic. Fumbled snap by Beller, and he got back on it near the line of scrimmage at the 8-yard line. That could have been disastrous for Norfolk Catholic, and Platteview needs a turnover here to stop this possession.
Would have been a gift inside the 10-yard line for Platteview. Let's see what happened on the snap. Didn't look like it got up to Beller's hands. Hunter hand in the middle, and some of the guys for Platteview putting some pressure on the center to get the ball up quick, and didn't get it there today.
Don't want a dead down in this situation. That was a dead down. There's 2nd down now.
2nd and goal from the 7th. Beller on the roll. Flag is down as Beller throws, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Wills at the 1-yard line. The flag thrown in an area in which you'd think it would be holding, and if it is holding, that'll be declined, and Platteview will turn him away.
3rd time Wills has picked the football off this year.
It is a hold against Norfolk Catholic. The interception by Wills ends the Norfolk Catholic threat.
Beller rolling to his right, is looking at the option on the outside, and Wills just makes a great break on the play. He's covering 2 guys in the play. Great interception on this one.
Back down to the field for Larry Putnam.
Well, Kevin, we just had one of those great father-son moments down here on the field. As Jordan came walking off, Jeff said, "You can always eat it. You got to know what we have. You can always eat it. Doggone it."
Yep, just like you used to have in the backyard at home. Dad and son. It's a fine line you have to walk when you're the head coach and your son's the quarterback. And Coach Beller said last year, in the first year, it was the hardest that he's ever had to work to balance that line between the two, as there's not much running room for Eric Carlson on first down.
Problem is, a little bit better of a throw on that play. He maybe has the completion. He threw the ball a little bit behind the intended receiver. It gave Wills a chance to just block him off, move him off the football, make the interception, give his team the ball right there at the 1-yard line. Tough area to maneuver now. It's just ball security at this point for Platteview. You want to move it out of there if you can, but make sure you don't give it up in this territory.
2nd and 10, ball at the 1-yard line. Dalton in a throw from his own end zone, and the pass is tipped and incomplete. The deflection on the line again by Connor Ketter, who's had a couple of those deflections, and he got a piece of that one to bring up 3rd down.
Ketter's proven to be a tough one to throw over here on the 1-yard line. A lot of confidence in the center to snap it about 7 yards deep, and pretty good coverage on the play by Norfolk as well. So not much happened on the pass play. I look for a little more ball security, maybe a dive up the middle and get this thing out. Let's see what Platteview does.
Well, if nothing else, you got to get a little room to punt.
Right.
They are backed up against it. The 1-yard line. Dalton going to throw again. Dalton in some trouble, airing it out deep, looking down the sideline, and it's off the fingertips of Matt Gilbert. Incomplete. He had both Wills and Gilbert in the area, and almost a big play for Platteview. Good coverage out there for Norfolk Catholic.
Almost another sudden change interception. This time, however, by Norfolk Catholic. It'll bring in the punting bunch. And now the all-important snap. We haven't seen all that great of long snaps here in the state championship games, but very, very critical now for this play.
And will Beller send the house, or will they set up the return? Looks like the return being set up right now. Wills gets off a pretty decent punt, headed for the sideline, and it'll go out of bounds. Now, where will it go out of bounds? The mark is about to come. Continuing to walk, and he'll mark it at the 32-yard line. So a 31-yard punt, and out of bounds at the 32. This Friday night, NET News takes you inside the world of gang activity in Nebraska. Find out what a convict-turned minister is trying to do to keep kids from turning to street violence in Omaha. Plus, visit Columbus to see the growth of gangs in rural Nebraska and their appeal to young people. Gang Fight Nebraska airs this Friday night at 7:30 Central here on NET1 and NET HD. On first down, Malachek looking for running room down to the 29-yard line, a pickup of 3.
For the second time in a row now, field position works greatly in favor of Norfolk Catholic. Last time they took the ball at the Platteview 34, and now they take it at the Platteview 32. That first one, obviously, as you recall, ended in an interception. And now Platteview, or that is Norfolk Catholic, trying to capitalize on great field position once again.
The touchdown in this third quarter coming on the result of a fumble from Platteview that Norfolk Catholic was able to punch in. 2nd and 7 from the 29-yard line to give to Kyle Schaefer, and Schaefer down to the 25-yard line. They're going to need about 3.5 yards for the first down here, with 3.5 remaining in the third quarter.
Kyle Schaefer, the junior fullback there, is pretty good size, and giving a break to Schulte in the middle, getting the ball and getting upfield. Relying on a fullback run a couple times in the second half already. Coach must like what he's seeing.
3rd down and 3 from the 25. Malachek on the left side, and Malachek's going to be close. Boy, it's going to depend on the spot, and from where the officials are marking it, I don't know if he's got it.
Awfully close, Kevin. I can't tell right now. They just spotted the ball to the outside of the hash mark. He had to get it right past the 22-yard line. It looks like that's about where the ball is spotted. So Your guess is as good as mine right now.
Blake Lawrence, you make the call.
I think it's coming up short here, Kugler. Let's put some money on it real quick.
I don't think we will. Because you're rarely wrong. 4th down.
It's short.
It is 4th down. It is short by just a few inches. So now, Norfolk Catholic with the football. They've got a great kicker in Drew Farley, and a field goal here makes it a touchdown game. What do you do if you're Jeff Beller, knowing you need just inches to go?
I think if I'm Jeff Beller, I know I can get 4 inches with my offense. I think I go for it.
One guy to look on Plattview's defense right now is Hunter Hand. He's been making the big plays in the backfield. Let's see if he can get in and stop him from getting this first down here.
4th and inches. Beller fumbles the snap, picks it up, tries to advance it. I don't think he got it. A fumbled snap for the 2nd time in as many possessions for Norfolk Catholic, and based on that initial spot, he did not get the first down.
Josh Yoakum, number 65, tried to sail over the top and get the quarterback before he advanced, and the spot again, it looks like it's about the same spot it was on the previous play. We'll see here. Here it comes. And it is short.
He did not get it. The fumbled snap turns it over, and Plattview's defense again stymies Norfolk Catholic with good field position. On the last 2 possessions, Norfolk Catholic has 0 points to show.
Tough on the mind for that football team, and now Platteview, what they need to do here, Blake, is take it and go, and then take it, run a drive, get a drive going, take it, put it in the end zone, to try to just make it even worse for the mind of Norfolk Catholic.
From the 22, 1st down. Dalton trying to find some running room on the outside. There is nothing there. Well defended by the Knights, and leading the way, Cody Raymakers.
Raymakers and his entire Knights defense was there to stop Dalton on the end there. Great pursuit on the play. You know, Adrian, I'd like to see Platteview go to more of that passing attack. They look like they moved the ball really well in the first half, and they finally got some breathing room to go for the air.
Well, they did. They were 9 of 10 in that first half. Give me an update on the passing over there.
10 of 14 for 75 for Dalton as he goes to the air again on 2nd down. Got a man open. It's Wills, his favorite receiver, spinning it through 2 tackles. And Wills fighting for that extra yard to the 31-yard line. He'll pick up 8 and a good yard away from a first down.
Looked like Norfolk Catholic hanging in the zone defense that time, and Wills able to find the seam on the outside. Comes up free, and a good job here by Joe Dalton to find him. Now watch this. Boop, spin, boop, pinball wizard, get upfield.
Willis has been able to just kind of sit in the zone a couple times on the rollout pass. Dalton getting it out to him pretty quick, and found something they like in the passing game.
3rd down and a yard at the 31. Motion across from Carlson, the keep by Dalton, and he's got the first down. Nice misdirection by Plattview's offense that time. The tackle by Riley Kanake, but a first down for Platteview.
You know, watching Brian Carlson come in motion on that play, it just dawned on me. He's been in motion about every play today. Like, he's got to be in great shape.
Yeah, no doubt.
Probably beat me, you and I both in our best days.
That's right. I wouldn't be chasing him down.
Oh, man. It's a lot of running for the youngster.
New set of downs for the Trojans. As he runs again, Carlson in motion, does not get the carry. Up the middle, Sheridan Mason banging his way forward to the 41-yard line. Mason, who had 10 yards on 7 carries before that attempt, gets 6 on that carry.
Great job by the offensive line of Platteview. Nate McGill at the center, Hunter Hand on the left side, paving the way for Sheridan, getting downfield, and love seeing the big old running back stumble and bumble for about 8 yards.
2nd down and 4, 10-6. Norfolk Catholic with the lead. Platteview with the football in the waning seconds of this 3rd quarter. Carlson gets the sweep. Blockers in front. Carlson with a hole, trying to turn the corner. Carlson at the 40-yard line and is down to near the 38. Kyle Schaefer with the stop, but give Riley Knake a ton of credit. He got to that edge. If he doesn't get to Carlson, he's going to have a full head of steam, and he might be gone.
Exactly, and Carlson, again, you watch the up front blocking there. Excellent work there. Great kick-out block by number 66. That's Nick Smith. And then he's off to the races, and there he is, Kevin Knake, making the play. Carlson just continues. He's a running machine out on the field today.
19-yard gain, 5 carries, 72 yards now to Brian Carlson. Dalton on the roll, pass is deflected, and it's intercepted. Connor Ketters knocked it down twice, and this time he picks it off.
Connor Ketter, we've talked about it all game. That is a difficult guy to throw over. And one more time, Dalton tries to get it over him, and Connor says, you know what, on the third try, I'm taking it from you. Look at this. The left East Hands tries to get it. Great hands by Ketter, who has a touchdown catch on the day, throwing an interception. He's got 2 catches, one on each side of the ball.
And each one a big one. A 12-yard touchdown catch, and now the interception of that man, Joe Dalton. And so another opportunity for Norfolk Catholic.
Kills a drive by Platteview right there with 11 seconds left here in the third quarter. Norfolk Catholic, a little renewed spark here.
And on first down, Malachek the carry, and Malachek dropped near midfield. Nice tackle by Josh Yoakum, and that'll be the final play of the third quarter in the Class C1 State High School Football Championship. Everybody putting 4 fingers in the air. The fourth quarter is straight ahead in the championship. Anybody's guess right now. Norfolk Catholic trying to defend their championship. They lead after 3, 10-6.
Power Drive electric car program gives high school students a hands-on way to apply studies. Learn about electricity and energy efficiency, and develop skills that will benefit them throughout their lives. Nebraska Public Power District encourages students and teachers to get involved. Schools have the power to make it happen. For information on Power Drive, visit oppd.com or nppd.com.
Every day here in Nebraska, you work hard to build a life for your family and take care of them. You do your part, and we're working hard to do ours. We're Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska. From Scottsbluff to Scribner, you can count on us to help protect your family and your future. Today and tomorrow, we're here where you are, and we work for you.
We're just 1 quarter away from the championship trophy being hoisted by one of these 2 teams. Norfolk Catholic had the chance to raise that championship trophy last year. Platteview trying to get their hands on it this year. 12 minutes remain in a 10-6 ball game. Norfolk Catholic with the lead and the football. Alongside Adrian Fiala, Blake Lawrence, and Larry Putney, I'm Kevin Kugler. Good to have you with us from Memorial Stadium as Jordan Beller on the run with the throw and very close to a first down. Good tackle by Matthew Gilbert on Riley Knake, and it's going to put Norfolk Catholic about 1.5 yards shy of the first.
We talked about Platteview throwing the football and perhaps liking their tendency to do what they did. They were 9 of 10 in the first half with 68 yards in the third quarter. Just 1 of 6, however, with the interception. So the number's not quite as good in that process. And here's a good off short side play.
Jordan Malachek able to keep himself alive and gets out of bounds near the 28-yard line. A first down and a pickup of 16 on the play for Malachek.
Malachek doing a great job running and bouncing to the outside here. Really making plays on his own as he's getting really close to 100 yards on the day. Malachek coming back from the injury, showing his team that he can lead them down the field. Norfolk Catholic moving the ball well on the first down and trying to put this game out of reach.
92 yards now for Jordan Malachek on 14 carries. And they have been using him a little bit more in this second half and finding some good yardage. He lines up in the eye, gets the carry again, and Malachek over the right side down to the 25-yard line. And they're on the stop is once again Josh Yoakum, who's seeming like the bottom of every pile today, along with Hunter Hand.
He has indeed been the workhorse, the leading tackler on the Trojans ball club. Yoakum.
Ten to 6, Norfolk Catholic with the lead. A little tense here at Memorial Stadium. State championship on the line. As Norfolk Catholic knocking on the door again. Toss play. Running room for Malachek, and Malachek just shy of that first down yardage that he needed out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Real patient runner there, Blake, as he took to the outside and waited for that hole.
Yeah, Sheridan Mason does a good job of shedding the tight end here, but then there's a great lead block around the end. Malachek has a good guy to follow out in front of him, 27 here on the block, and gets the yardage they need to keep this drive alive.
Now over 100 yards on the afternoon, Jordan Malachek. Third down and a yard from the 19-yard line. Beller trying to get some movement up front with the cadence. Gives it to Malachek, and he wriggles forward for the first down. A shot from Eric Carlson in the backfield, but he was able to keep his balance aid just long enough to get the chains to move.
Exactly, Kevin. Well executed, because the play looked like maybe it was going to go more to the right. A linebacker stunting on the play, but he was obliterated by a great block up front there. And then he took a step to the outside, picked up that first down. Good vision and good tough running.
New set of downs from the 17-yard line of Platteview. Beller looking for the end zone. Beller throws, and it's deflected at the last moment by Peyton Flukie. Connor Ketter looking for his second touchdown catch of the day, but what a play by Flukie.
And everybody confused to an extent. Did Norfolk Catholic on display. Watch it here. Good ball handling, good fakes right there. There you see Flukie coming over. He had it ready. Took a look to his left, read the quarterback's eyes, said, I've got to get over there and help out. He did, just in the nick of time, knocked it down.
Second down and 10 from the 17. On the draw, Malachek inside the 15 before Eric Carlson can wrap him up near the 13-yard line. A 4-yard gain as we slip under 10 minutes to go in the championship.
Yeah, Norfolk put the ball in the air in the last play. I was expecting a lot more run. Let this clock trickle down in the fourth quarter. Go back to the run with the draw play. 3rd and 5.
Big third down here. Beller throws, and a great open field tackle. I mean, a terrific play from Dylan Wills, because Eric Carlson, or rather from Luke Lyons, who made the catch, and then Dylan Wills with the tackle. Lyons had some room to run.
Yeah, if he doesn't make this tackle, Kevin, it's probably 6. Might have been a possibility with the other Platteview player coming into view right there, but he's got to make that tackle. Great open field tackle.
Now a field goal try for Drew Farley. 29-yard try. Farley lining it up, trying to give his team a touchdown lead. This is a big kick. Farley's kick on the way, and that kick is good. So Drew Farley, the senior, the leader on the team in scoring, with his second field goal of the day, and it's now 13-6. Norfolk Catholic, and let's go downstairs to Larry.
Kevin, you mentioned earlier Drew Farley scheduled to have ACL surgery on that kicking leg later this week. I talked to him just a bit ago, and he said it's actually pretty painful when he's kicking right now. He loses a little bit of distance from what he had last year. He didn't think he'd be able to hit a 57-yarder again this season. But the fact that with the ACL tear on that leg, he can still kick, he said he's just thrilled to be out here.
Well, you'd hate to miss something like this, a state championship, and he's still out there, and he's kicked his team to a 13-6 lead. Well, we have a winner in our state championship trivia. What former Husker holds the overall NSAA playoff record for most field goals in a game? I want to congratulate Austin Becker of Madison. He knew it was Jake Wesh from North Bend, who had 4 field goals against Fairbury in 2001. Congratulations to Austin Becker. He's got himself a Big Red Wrap-Up t-shirt, size extra large, and the new Wrap-Up logo mug. Platteview now down a touchdown. 8:57 to go, still a ton of time. Platteview with all 3 timeouts, so no need to panic yet as Brian Carlson awaits the kickoff. But a little urgency wouldn't hurt. A great kickoff into the end zone for the touchback. And so to get this game tied, Plattview's going to have to march 80 yards on a Norfolk Catholic Knights defense that hasn't shown a whole lot of 80-yard yielding plays so far today.
Absolutely, Kevin. And a good job by Luke Lyons to put Platteview kind of behind the horse a little bit here, behind the cart. Kicked it in the end zone. You needed something like that to give them the long field, give Platteview the long field. The Lions comes up with a timely boot, and now 80 yards in front of the Platteview Trojans.
First down, Dalton. Looking to throw, and he throws into traffic, and it's incomplete. He is very fortunate. He was looking for Matt Gilbert. 3 players around Gilbert, and Dalton now 11 of 17 for 83 yards and a pick.
Yeah, pretty good play here protection-wise for Platteview. But Dalton is really trying to force it in there on this play. There's 3 guys standing around trying to get to the red jersey, not the whites. Couldn't find him there.
Platteview did march 15 plays, 80 yards earlier in this game. Got him a field goal. So they have had 1 long drive today. They need another. 2nd and 10 from the 20. Dalton throwing across his body to Carlson. And Carlson gets 7 to the 27-yard line.
Carlson's getting in on the passing game there. Rare throw for Dalton to complete, throwing across his body, across the field. Not something that you coach a lot, but works there on 2nd down and brings up a little bit closer, 3rd and 4 here.
Yeah, you want to be sure that that receiver's pretty wide open if you're going to go ahead and throw it across your body and across the field. And he was pretty wide open. The linebacker that time, Schulte, kind of ran himself out of the play early, ran himself out of that route area, and he had to come back and make the hit.
3rd down, a long 3 for the first. Dylan Wills in motion. Dalton pumps, throws to it behind his receiver, and it's incomplete. Brian Carlson, the intended receiver, would have had the first down, but a little bit behind him. And now Platteview will have to punt and rely on their defense.
Adrian, what do you think about going with the passing game early on? Do you think there's enough time in this game where they could use the running plays to get down the field? Or
I think you've got what, 2, maybe 3 minutes to do that, Blake, in the process here. But they have been fairly successful on today. Total of 11, let's call it 12 for 22, I believe. We'll update that in a moment here. Here's a punt.
And a punt with a little bit of pressure. It'll be down and out of bounds near the 47-yard line. So another short field for Norfolk Catholic.
Well, they have had great position all day, have they not?
They've had great field, and this is a time where they can put this game away with a score here. Become a fan of Big Red Wrap-Up on Facebook. Leave questions, comments, discuss the game with other Husker fans, and watch replays of past segments and shows. Log on to Facebook.com/Big Red Wrap-Up and join over 7,300 Big Red fans. You can also follow us on Twitter and get the latest Husker news. It's all from NET, Nebraska's home for sports, and we'd like you to be a friend of NET Sports on Facebook as well. If you like Big Red Wrap-Up, you like NET Sports, so like them both. Please do it now. Jordan Malachek to the 41-yard line, a gain of 6 on first down, and that's been the difference in this second half, the ability to get that run game established with number 2, Jordan Malachek.
Yeah, he's really done an excellent job, Malachek, in moving the football, running tough, running strong, showing good vision when he takes off on his runs, and really capitalizing here in the second half. Those passing numbers for Platteview, actually 12 of 19 with an interception. Now at halftime, they were 9 of 10. So those numbers really haven't been all that sterling here in the second half.
Beller on the keep and nowhere to go. Justin Cloyd. He had a huge first half and a big tackle there for Platteview.
Justin Cloyd says, Beller, sit down a little bit, guys. Come on, defense, let's get fired. Let's do something to stop Norfolk here. Force a 3rd down situation. Look at him get behind the senior Justin Cloyd and saying, hey, we got time. This defense is fired up.
Well, as a backer, you certainly like those kind of. There's nowhere for the running back to go. He's in the hole. He can't go outside. He's trapped. And you just love that as a linebacker to get a guy caught in that situation.
Beller incomplete on 3rd down, and now Norfolk Catholic will punt, play the field position game, and try to pin Platteview deep and make them drive the length of the field with 6 minutes and 37 seconds to play in the C1 championship.
I think the key here, Blake, is to not panic. Platteview, plenty of time in the ball game. Run your offense, run what works for you, and see what happens. They're going to get this ball either at the 20 or pinned right around the 5. We'll see here in a minute.
Dylan Wills back deep, awaiting the punt from Beller. Beller inside the 10. Oh, what a roll! Terrific punt from Jordan Beller. That is exactly what he was looking for. Out of bounds at the 5.
Beller coming up with the leg. He's been doing pretty good with his feet, running the ball, with his arm throwing it. And great punt there to put Platteview back and really look at a 95-yard pasture. Adrian, that's a long way to go.
Now Beller again, terrific work. You knew that he directionally kicked the football, and it came out right.
Well, we'd love to hear from you. If you'd send us an email and let us know what you think about our coverage of the NSAA high school football and volleyball championships, we'd appreciate it. If you value your statewide NET television, let us know, and also let our sponsors know by writing to sports@netnebraska.org. And not much running room for Joe Dalton, who is buried at the 3, a loss of 2 on the play, and good swarming defense led by Cody Raymakers. And had a couple of emails throughout the last day and a half, and Jim says, just wanted to again thank you for your coverage of the fall high school championships. Keep up the good work. Mike in Bassett, Nebraska says, great high school football championship coverage. Keep up the good work. And he said it all in caps, so he was really excited about the fact that we've been on the air, as are we. Love being here at Memorial Stadium for these huge games for each and every one of these kids, playing, in some cases, their last football game. Dalton from his own end zone to throw. Wills with the catch, and Dylan Wills is going to have a first down out of bounds at the 17-yard line, a pickup of 14.
Big play right there, 2nd and 12. Pinned deep in your own territory. You come up with a masterful pass play. You get that first down and give yourself a little bit of room to breathe here. So Platteview, well, we'll see if they can continue this early trend here in this series.
First down and 10 from the 17. Long way to go down a touchdown, but 5:46 and 3 timeouts to work with. Dalton under pressure. Dalton throws, and it's incomplete. Matt Gilbert, the closest man into the picture, but again, good coverage and good pressure from Norfolk Catholic.
Good decision making too, also, Blake.
Yeah, I don't want to force that pass into coverage too much. Joel Dalton's got to do a great job on this. Might be his final drive of the game to get Platteview all the way down the field. Quarterback makes a good decision there not to throw it into coverage and give his team another chance.
Throw it away.
2nd down and 10 on the 17-yard line. Sweep. Carlson. Not much running room, and a good tackle coming in and really tearing Carlson down to the ground was a guy we've seen a lot today, Riley Kinake, and Carlson's still down near the 17-yard line.
Punishing tackle, Kinake. Also Connor Ketter coming in a little bit late. He came in over the top on the tackle, and Carlson took a shot right in the mug. Let's hope he's okay.
Folks are out, including his head coach, Adam Keel, who's come out to take care of his valuable senior, Brian Carlson, who today's got 6 carries for 72 yards, a couple of catches for 12 yards today. Brian Carlson over 1,100 yards on the year with that 72-yard effort, 1,176, and see if we can see what happens.
Watch the tackle here, right there, right. Got him with an elbow right up the top.
And then got him on the way down as well. So
tough shot, really tough shot.
Guys, here's a situation where you hope the trainers are down there checking for a concussion. It looked like his head hit the turf pretty hard. And across the state of Nebraska, there's been a big focus this year on educating trainers, coaches, players, parents on the importance of assessing a concussion properly. We hope that's not the situation for Carlson, but we know across the state there's been a big focus this year.
And you are a guy who knows all too well what a concussion feels like, how it's treated. I know that was something that caused you some issues during your Nebraska career.
Yeah, that's right. You know, I suffered through the concussion symptoms throughout my career at Nebraska, and actually had to in my career because of concussions. And I know that the biggest thing that coaches, players, and parents can do across the state is know the symptoms and know when a player has suffered a head injury and the impact it can have down the line.
Well, that is a big emphasis, not only at the high school level across the state, but all the way up to the National Football League, where they've seen some awful, scary moments happen, and they're starting to see the long-term effects that concussions can have. And we all love the sport. We know there's a violent aspect to it, but you want to make it as safe as possible for the players and the participants. So now hopefully Carlson's okay as he makes his way to the bench on 3rd down and 10 from the 17-yard line. Dalton under pressure. Dalton in some big-time trouble, and Dalton is sacked by Raymakers. They'll give him progress out near the 5-yard line, but Cody Raymakers with the huge pressure and the sack, his 10th of the year.
By and large this afternoon, Dalton has made good decisions. This was not obviously a good decision, and also could have been a very tough decision because he got that knee, his left knee, pinned under on the play. So it takes his team clearly out of the picture in terms of moving the ball upfield, and now presents an even more difficult picture with, again, a punt coming from deep in the end zone.
Mills to punt it away. Short kick. It'll bounce at the 27-yard line and go directly out of bounds. It'll be marked out at the 28, so just a 24-yard punt. And Norfolk Catholic with the short field again. Platteview is going to need a good defensive stand. NET News focuses on quality in-depth reporting. Now you can turn to NET News for the daily signature story to hear what's important to Nebraskans. From state government to education to the arts and beyond, each day you'll hear one topic from multiple angles. NET News' signature story, weekdays on NET Radio and online at netnebraska.org/news. NET News, there's more to the story.
And here's kind of the keys as far as where they're at on the field. All they need is a field goal to really make it. They'll make it a two-possession game. Right now they have 7-point lead. Here comes the first play. But again, just get that ball in range. It's in range right now, almost, I believe. Get that ball maybe 5-10 yards closer, and they can put it away here with going to be under 3 minutes when this next play is run, or 4 minutes when this next play is run.
Farley warming up on the sidelines, trying to get a chance to ice this one, perhaps. The Lions bringing in the play. Clock continuing to run. 3:55 and counting in the 4th. Norfolk Catholic trying to repeat as state champs in C1. 2nd and 7. Toss play, Malachek. Malachek doing a nice job to stay alive and get positive yardage. Not only does he get positive yardage, he's close to a first down. Malachek's 21st carry of the day, and he's now over 120 yards rushing.
Malachek here just follows the fullback around the end of the line. Gets a good block at juke, and Malachek's really shown that he can make guys miss with his feet. Big hit on the end of the play, but not until he gets right up near the first down marker.
3rd down and a yard. Clock continuing to run. 3:10 to go. Malachek with the carry. He's got the first down and more down to the 13-yard line where Peyton Flukie makes the stop. 3:05 to go and a new set of downs for Norfolk Catholic.
Boy, a critical first down right there. Gives them 4 downs to do whatever. Try to get the ball in the end zone if they can, but they certainly can burn time here. And then also, if they need to, kick the field goal as that ball gets closer to field goal pay dirt.
First down and 10 from the 13-yard line. The give to Malachek, and Malachek into the secondary and down to the 7-yard line. Clock running, 2:40 and counting. Plattview's got to get a defensive stop or this game's going to be over and be Norfolk Catholic's, and now a timeout will be taken. The first taken by the Trojans. They have 2 remaining with 2:33 to play in the 4th quarter.
Boy, and Norfolk Catholic has continued to hammer the left side of their offensive line. Garrett McCarthy and Cody Raymakers making key and critical blocks on the last 2 plays, along with the center Michael Obermiller. Again, great plays by them.
Earlier we chatted with Jeff Beller, the head coach of Norfolk Catholic, and he talked about the support they're getting back home.
Yeah, we'll have a good following today. You know, our people are excited about, they're always excited about coming down and playing in Lincoln, and we're happy that this is the third year in a row we've been down here, and you know, our kids, there is a little bit of routine to it, but yet they're excited about playing in the state championship game.
Well, they have to be excited about this state championship game and a chance to repeat as state champions here.
Yeah, third year in a row, Norfolk Catholic has taken the field to take the state championship game. 2 years ago, we're runner-up. Last year, took it home. And they're about 2 minutes and 33 seconds away from adding another one to the trophy case.
2nd down and 4 from the 7-yard line. Running room for Schaefer, and Schaefer's in for the touchdown. Kyle Schaefer may have just salted away a state championship.
Barring anything unforeseen, the untoward play, Kevin, I think that exactly is the case as Schaefer picks his way, and they go right over the middle this time, or right behind Obermiller, and maybe a little bit more to the right where Robert Gerard is. But great job by Schaefer to pick his way to the end zone. Here comes the kick.
Farley ready, flag thrown, and we're going to have a chance to re-kick this one.
Dead ball. Ball start on the kicking team. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
Farley certainly has plenty of leg to withstand an extra 5 yards here.
Schaefer on that touchdown run shows that he might be a leader coming back from Norfolk next year. Only a junior. Came in replacement of Jacob Schulte in the second half and has done a great job at the fullback spot.
And the extra point by Farley, no problem. So Drew Farley tacks on the extra point, and it's a 20-6 lead on this touchdown run from Kyle Schaefer.
Pulling his way in. Happy young man right there, number 27. Kyle Schaefer.
You know, Adrian, that last touchdown was the result of field position throughout this entire game, this entire second half, rather.
You bet.
And Norfolk really had the advantage throughout the entire second half, and always had a short field to work with. And Plattview's been stuck back on their own, 10-yard line a couple of times, and so Norfolk finally gets it close enough to get in.
Yeah, as bad as the field position has been for Platteview, it's been that good for Norfolk Catholic. I think that was about the 4th time that they've taken the ball over in their opponent's territory. So they worked it well that time and came away with the all-important touchdown to pretty much decide this game. 2:29 left here, 14-point lead. Again, unless something really goofy happens in this football game, they pretty much have the championship.
Some definite emotions on the Platteview sideline, making it all the way to the state championship. First time in a long time they've been here. And they gave a championship effort in the first half, and there's still some time left to really put it to Norfolk Catholic and go with it.
You got to have a quick score, though. You got to have a quick score.
Turn here would be good for Platteview as Peyton Flukie takes it from the 7-yard line. Flukie trying to find some running room to the outside. Flukie down across the 25-yard line, and Adam Keel, the head coach in his 7th year at Platteview, and talked about how this community's really rallied behind his kids.
I think so. I mean, last night they had a little pep rally for the guys, a little bonfire, a little send-off kind of thing, and it was really great to see all the support. A lot of people out there, and it's really great for the community and the school.
Well, it's an exciting time for any school that gets the chance to play in a state championship game, and certainly these two schools excited to be here. Platteview, to see the numbers first half to second half, the pass game has declined a bit for Joe Dalton and the Trojans. A sweep, Flukie wanted to throw, nobody open, and good defensive play by Norfolk Catholic. Connor Ketter at the bottom of that pile again, but good penetration from Cody Raymakers threw that whole thing off.
Problematic here is that he wanted to try to get that ball off somehow, or at least get it to the outside. Not able to do that as the clock continues to tick away.
Down 2 touchdowns. Mountain a little bit steeper now as Dalton on 2nd and 12 sets to throw. Dalton's in trouble and he's sacked. Kyle Schaefer and Connor Ketter combined at the 20-yard line for the sack of Joe Dalton, and it's 3rd and long.
Joe Dalton looking to his left, had a receiver open downfield, but the defensive line for Norfolk Catholic has given him some fits here in the second half. Didn't have time. Connor Ketter has really stepped up and shown what he can do the second half.
Dalton on 3rd down and 17. Throws, and it's incomplete. Dylan Wills, the intended receiver, at the 30-yard line. A flag down back at the 15, and this may be a hold. Referee Dan Flynn with the call. It is a hold. On 3rd down and 17, the pass incomplete.
Dalton looking right there.
Declined the penalty, so one more try for Platteview to keep their hope alive in the C1 state championship, where Norfolk Catholic will be able to run it out. So it all comes down to one play for the Trojans, and their season comes to a close. Lost the opener and then won 11 in a row. As Dalton sets the throw, pressure coming. Dalton in trouble, and he's sacked. And capping it with a sack is Cody Raymakers, his 2nd sack of the day and his 11th of the year.
He's played a whale of a game today on both sides of the football. Cody Raymakers, a senior, 6 foot, 175 pounds. He's going to line it up right here. Number 54 coming, and there he is. Jubilation in that young man, my goodness.
Well, no doubt excitement all the way around as Norfolk Catholic about ready to cap off another unbeaten season and grab another state championship. Jeff Beller's really got it going at Norfolk Catholic. And he's got his quarterback back and his running back next year. I think we'll save these notes that we wrote for this season, Aid. We may see him here next season.
I'll tell you, when you talk about the overall play of these fellas, good, strong football team. Jordan Malachik is a senior, however, he will not be back. He's had a spectacular day. 9 carries in the first half for 60 yards, 14 in the second half for 74 yards, so 134 yards total, and well done by Jordan Malachik.
I'd like you to make a phone call or visit the website and pick up a DVD of this or any of our state championship broadcasts on NET. If you'd like to have a memento that lasts a lifetime, make it very easy. Get the website, netnebraska.org. Get to the phone at 800-868-1868 for $19.95 plus shipping and handling. You'll get yourself a keepsake of a state championship. On 1st down, Malachek with the carry, and down to the 12-yard line. Trojans have 2 timeouts left, but they're not going to stop this clock, as Norfolk Catholic's going to be able to run this thing out.
Yeah, Adrian, as you're talking about Malachek, he got a rare gem at running back, rushing for over 130 yards in the day, but also had a passing touchdown on the gadget play earlier.
Yep. And now the victory formation. Norfolk Catholic's been looking forward to this since they did it last year. And now the victory formation. Jordan Beller takes the snap, takes the knee. Clock is going to continue to run. Norfolk Catholic starting to celebrate. Jeff Beller receiving congratulations and handing them out to his team. They won it last year, and they're going to win it again. What a run for Norfolk Catholic.
Jeff Beller, his staff, really doing a superb job here. Last year, this year, they've been state champions 7 times prior to this ball game. Make it 8 now. The terrific work by the players and by the coaches, and there it is.
Your C1 state champions, the Norfolk Catholic Knights, a perfect 13-0 as they are back-to-back champs. And Coach Jeff Beller is about to get a Gatorade bath. The bucket is out there. They're in the congratulations line, and Coach is about to get doused. And Coach, while you're watching, there he is, a little bit wetter for wear, but he got the douse as he's shaking hands in the line. And Norfolk Catholic has done it again. They have won their second straight state championship, their 8th championship in school history. Norfolk Catholic, the champions of C1 in Lincoln.
A diesel-powered engine on a farm works hard and operates in a grueling environment. Soy biodiesel fuels stand up to the challenge of powering farm equipment, but are also renewable and environmentally responsible as well. The Nebraska Soybean Board is committed to encouraging the use of soy biodiesel to protect the environment and sustain Nebraska's agriculture. The Nebraska Soybean Checkoff, growing opportunity from the ground up.
Power Drive electric car program gives high school students a hands-on way to apply studies. Learn about electricity and energy efficiency, and develop skills that will benefit them throughout their lives. Nebraska Public Power District encourages students and teachers to get involved. Schools have the power to make it happen. For information on Power Drive, visit oppd.com or nppd.com.
What inspired me to pursue a career in technology was the fact that I have kids. We need the internet. They wouldn't be able to do any of their research without it. It's really important for our children to think science and technology is important. I believe that all kids should look towards technology because that's where the world is going. Get involved in all of the science activities because all of that experience can lead you a long way.
To find out what you can do to inspire a young person, visit connectamillionminds.com.
NET Sports coverage of the 2011 NSAA Football Championships are brought to you in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska, one less thing to worry about. And by Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, grants, and college planning services. Platteview falls short in the C1 state championship, a 20-6 victory for Norfolk Catholic as you look at Platteview head coach Adam Keel addressing his team before they receive their runner-up awards here at Memorial Stadium alongside Adrian Fiala, Blake Lawrence, and Larry Putney. I'm Kevin Kugler. Great to be with you from Memorial Stadium in Lincoln. Platteview obviously disappointed, but a great season, rebounding after an opening loss to Bishop Neumann and then running the table the rest of the way to get to this state championship game. And congratulations to Platteview on an 11-2 season, their second ever trip to a state championship game. It's only their 7th trip total to the playoffs. So this is not a school that has had a rich tradition, but Adam Keel and company starting a tradition at this championship level. And you look at some of the guys that they'll return, and they're going to lose a lot from their squad. And you look at their 2 deep, almost every starter but Peyton Fluke and Eric Carlson will be gone. So they're going to have to do some rebuilding, but Coach Keel's been here before, both as a state champion in Nebraska and Iowa, so he knows how to get to the spot. See if he can get back again. Meanwhile, Norfolk Catholic just continuing to roll back-to-back state championships, 3 trips to the state championship game. And this team's going to have a lot back next year as well. Let's go to our public address announcer, Doc Weininger, for the Class C1 awards presentation.
The Nebraska School Activities Association is honored to have medals and trophies for both of these outstanding teams. The award presentations will be made by NSAA Board of Directors Jay Beller from Battle Creek, Jerry Bartee from the Omaha Public Schools, and U.S. Bank Representative Jeff McCowan. Here are the awards for Class C1 runner-up Platteview High School. Will head coach Adam Keel and your assistants please present the silver medals to the members of your team. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 2, Brian Carlson. Number 3, Sean Starks. Number 4, Eric Carlson. Number 5, Dylan Wills. Number 7, Mitch Mann. Number 10, Matthew Gilbert. Number 13, Peyton Fluke. Number 19, Joe Dalton. Number 20, Judah Brockemeyer. Number 21, Scott Stockline. Number 22, Tanner Burnett. Number 25, Morgan Cole. Number 30, Nick Randall. Number 31, Sheridan Mason. Number 34, Jeremy Shipley. Number 35, Wyatt Pratt. Number 36, Zach Yoakum. Number 38, Chris Bashevitz. Number 40, Andrew Henry. Number 50, Adam Granville. Number 51, Andrew Denson. Number 52, Jimmy McElwain. Number 54, Andy Nelson. Number 55, Parker Baldwin. Number 56, Nate McGill. Number 57, Noah Wright. Number 58, Mitch Penny. Number 60, Jake Miller. Number 61, Hunter Hand. Number 62, Cody Slaughter. Number 64, Dan Eads. Number 65, Josh Yoakum. Number 66, Nick Smith. Number 68, Greg Finney. Number 69, Kyle Finney. Number 71, James Engberg. Number 72, Cody Dietz. Number 73, Hunter Reeves. Number 74, Hunter Wright. Number 75, Mason Schramm. Number 77, Ben Scanlon. Number 78, Matt Layer. Number 79, Truman Starr. Number 80, Justin Floyd. Number 81, Kyle Ernst. Number 84, Caleb Dappin. Number 87, Brandon Marker. Number 88, Nolan Emerson. Number 89, Jared Budin. And now, here is the 2011 Class C1 runner-up trophy. Congratulations, Platteview High School.
A tremendous season ends in a disappointment for Platteview. 11-2 record with a 20-6 loss today to Norfolk Catholic. But the runners-up in Class C1 have nothing to be ashamed about. They played a tremendous ball game.
They really did, Kevin. Basically grinded football. They really were had a problem as far as field position goes. Really not good field position today, but not able to capitalize on what good field position they did at times. They really had long field, a lot of times not able to make it work.
Blake, I know you know what those kids are going through. You had the chance, unfortunately, to fall a little short in a championship game as well.
Yeah, it's a tough thing for a team to make it all the way to the state championship and have the entire community here. They haven't been here in a very long time. And so there's a lot of pressure on them to really come out and perform and show that they deserve a chance to beat Norfolk and send Norfolk back home. Norfolk proved to be pretty powerful, and those kids down there worked really hard today to get here, and they should be proud of themselves.
Hey guys, you know, talking about field position, Norfolk Catholic 7 times today had great position. 3 of those 7 times they were in Platteview territory. They were able to capitalize on it, scored 20 points, win the state championship.
Well, no doubt about that. Norfolk Catholic back-to-back champions. Let's go back to our public address announcer, Doc Weiniger, to award the champs.
And now to the champions from Norfolk Catholic High School. First head coach Jeff Beller, we have a special award for you. Now, Coach, would you and your assistants please present the gold medals to the members of your championship team. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 1, Christian Sextro. Number 2, Jordan Malache. Number 3, Drew Farley. Number 4, Luke Lyons. Number 5, Luke Fennessy. Number 6, Nick B. Number 7, Brandon Becker. Number 8, Luke Smith. Number 9, Tanner Besmer. Number 10, Zach Pospisil. Number 11, Connor Ketter. Number 12, Joseph Jones. Number 13, Derek Adams. Number 14, Nathan Burtak. Number 15, Jordan Beller. Number 16, Nicholas Arlt. Number 17, Braden Nolte. Number 18, Nathan Boyle. Number 20, Daniel Roach. Number 24, Matthew Burtak. Number 25, Logan Hammond. Number 26, Isaac Pfeiffer. Number 27, Kyle Schaefer. Number 28, Ethan Hale. Number 29, Riley McCarthy. Number 30, Seth Montag. Number 32, Logan Hale. Number 33, Hunter Law. Number 35, Jared Euler. Number 36, Jackson Law. Number 40, Riley Kinnaid. Number 42, Bo Schomer. Number 45, Jacob Schulte. Number 46, Austin Becker. Number 47, Logan Burrows. Number 50, Garrett McCarthy. Number 51, Colton Jones. Number 52, Scott Volmer. Number 54, Cody Raymaker. Number 55, Michael Obermiller. Number 56, Brennan Roge. Number 57, Andy Mendez. Number 58, Mitchell Hofer. Number 59, Mark Euler. Number 60, Dylan Webert. Number 62, Mason Burbka. Number 63, Marcus Teaton. Number 65, Shane Milner. Number 68, Peter Loggs. Number 69, Joseph Braithwaite. Number 71, Derek Holmquist. Number 72, Nate Flaherty. Number 73, Caleb DeMoss. Number 74, Robert Gerard. Number 75, Jordan Cotto. Number 76, Andrew Merrill. Number 78, Brad Erlmeyer. Number 79, Christopher Duell. Number 80, Dylan Field. Number 81, Alexander Smith. Number 83, Jacob Beller. Number 85, Dylan Bohr. Number 87, Nathan Funk. Number 99, Chase Farley. And now, for these outstanding athletes and their school, here is the 2011 Class C1 State Football Championship Trophy. Congratulations, Norfolk Catholic High School.
They've done it before. They know how to hold that state championship trophy. Back-to-back champions. Norfolk Catholic in Class C1, an unbeaten season, a season that was certainly not without some adversity. They lost some players with injuries. Malachek out for a good portion of the year with the injury, but boy, was he strong today. 24 carries, 134 yards. What a performance, and a touchdown pass on the day for Jordan Malachek.
You know, Blake, let's talk about that a second. When you have people who have been hurt through the course of the season, they finally get back. Does some of that adversity kind of pull your team closer together, make you a little bit stronger, help you deal with the kind of tough times?
Yeah, I would say Norfolk really looked to the guys coming back from injury as a motivation to get them on the field and lead the team to victory. And some of the older guys are pulling together in this state championship game, and it really showed there was a lot of passion and emotion in the second half, and the whole team was together, and the whole team gets to hoist a trophy another year.
Absolutely. It gives your upper class leadership also a chance to do that, to be leaders in the process.
And that Norfolk Catholic squad had a lot of leadership, and not only from the upperclassmen, but some juniors. And you look at this roster, and there's going to be a lot of folks back next year. Let's go downstairs. Larry Putney standing amidst some champions.
Well, let's start with Coach Beller. Congratulations, 2 in a row. compare the Gatorade bath at the end. Which was worse, last year or this year?
Last year was worse.
It was a glancing blow this year.
This wasn't so bad. I kind of saw it coming.
Let's talk about at halftime you trailed 6-3. Second half you came out, you got the early turnover. Field position was just huge in the second half.
It was for us. You know, we never really panicked at halftime. We'd been down to Pierce 3-0 earlier in the year, and we went in and talked to our kids about maybe some little things they had to do, and somebody would have to make a play for us, and they turned the ball over and give us pretty good field position. So the first one, we never had to drive very far and was able to get in the end zone and give us a lead. Then you play a little different when you have a lead, something good happens to you, and we didn't have maybe a lot good happen to us in the first half. I thought our first drive that we got 3 off was a great drive. We didn't finish with a touchdown that we needed to, but as you said, we got great field position in the second half. We were very good in the kicking game and pinned them deep quite a bit. And then Jordan Malachek had a big game running, but obviously we opened some nice holes for him off tackle, and we were able to get some yards on the ground.
A couple of drives you did not finish there late. Concern you in the third?
Oh, it did concern me in the third. We got pressure from the outside. We tried to hit a play, and I think we were open, but they blitzed us, and I don't think Jordan could see the second guy that picked us, and yeah, that disappointed me. And then we got held on a 4th and 1, and better sense of me probably would have been to kick a field goal. We have such a good kicker that we could have went up 7 at that time. So I'll take both of those. That I can make sometimes a little better choices, but those things happen in football, and we just needed to overcome them.
All right, thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. Let's go to Jordan Beller. Coach, obviously great job at quarterback, but I thought the key here was the field position in the kicking game, the job you were able to do punting. Talk about that and how much has Billy LaFleur helped you?
A ton. Starting this summer, he came up and did a camp with me and Drew kicking, and he really has helped a lot. He taught me everything I know, pretty much.
Talk about that late one when you pinned him deep on the kick. You've been doing that all year.
Well, they only had one guy deep, and all I had to do was kick it away from him and hope for a roll, and I got a nice roll on the turf, so thanks to Nebraska for that, I guess.
Nice to do this for your seniors?
It is. It's great. I'm going to miss them more than anything. We came together this year, and we got really close, and we were a great team together, and I'm going to miss them.
Thanks, Jordan. Appreciate it. Let's go to the other Jordan Malachek. This is your senior year, missing most of the year, coming back. This is a nice return for you. 150 total yards, 134 yards on the ground.
Yeah. I couldn't ask for a better last game. I battled through injuries this year, but I couldn't really ask for anything better to end it with all those guys.
Did you think you were going to be able to come back? I know at one point you thought maybe not.
Yeah, I got hurt mid-season. A couple weeks in, I got hurt again, got a setback. But I've been really working at practice, with the trainer, and coaches are pushing me. I just gotta go do it, and I came out today and played as hard as I could.
It's like in your senior year to go out with this kind of performance, total of 134 on the ground, and winning a state championship.
Oh, it feels so good. I'm sure I'll remember this forever, that this team of guys, I couldn't really ask for it, a better group.
Appreciate it, Jordan. Thanks.
Well, Larry, lose your leading rusher in the state championship game, but you return next year your leading rusher on the season in Nick Arlt. You return your quarterback in Jordan Beller. You return one of your best receivers and defenders in Connor Ketter. Norfolk Catholic's present's pretty good. The future looks good, too.
You hope that you can return to the state championship, Kevin. That's exactly what they intend to do. But great effort, great opportunity that they had. They cashed those opportunities. Played some good defense, got the kicking. It was all put together very, very well here today, Blake.
It was a full team effort. Coach did a great job at halftime adjusting and letting this team know that Norfolk, we've been here before. Let's go do it again in the second half. And they had enough energy and passion and execution in the second half to get it done.
Well, our next game coming up at 2:30 Central Time this afternoon. Aquinas Catholic Monarchs and the Kearney Catholic Stars. 2:30 Central Time on NET1 and NET HD. We hope you'll join us for all the action of the Class C2 State Championship. Once again, our final score, Norfolk Catholic repeats as the C1 State Champs with a 20-6 win over Platteview. And now for Adrian Fiala, Blake Lawrence, and Larry Putney, I'm Kevin Kugler. Goodbye from Memorial Stadium in Lincoln.